Yeah, for like 2 seconds.
So when you cursed.
No. The stream has started, by the way, my love. We have started the stream.
When did we start it?
Just now. Like right when I said I started the stream, my love. That's when I started the stream. Chuck E. Cheese pizza review. All right. Oh, look, we live. We're live on the correct channel this time. Yeah. Isn't it sublime? You like that? Hey, what's going on, guys? Everyone. Rob and Dan are live. Woo! We're doing it, guys. How's everybody doing? How is everybody? How are all you guys today? Aren't you excited? It's Rob and Dan Day. Woo! You know what we need to do? We got to order the school lunch food.
Do it. I
don't know how to. I thought you would enjoy doing it. Okay, I'm sorry. I love you. My wife. It's the ceremonial. My wife is cranky at the start of the stream. You know how that goes. And then after the first segment, usually we're all better.
I can't waste my energy.
Wow. On what?
Right now.
What does that mean? What's up, everybody? Woo! I'm excited. They said your hair looks awesome.
Thank you. I sent you a TikTok earlier today.
Okay.
Of a boo basket.
A boo basket? Like a spooky basket?
Yeah.
Boo! Gotcha. Scared you.
Husbands are making... Shut up.
What happened?
So you happened.
What'd I do?
Steve Brule.
How do you like it?
I don't.
Rob and Dan and football.
Husbands are making boo... Yes, we do. That'll put me in a good mood. Husbands are making boo baskets for their wives.
Is this something that you're asking me to make you a Halloween basket?
I've never asked you to do anything.
Okay, so you're hinting that I should make you a Halloween basket.
No.
Okay. I'll see what I can do, okay? I'll be watching y'all and doing homework. I feel that. Amazing combo. I agree. Oh, ow. Sorry, my arm is like weirdly
Still
sore.
From the weed whacking?
Yeah, it's so weird.
Wow, you should do it more often so it's not as much of a toll on you.
I will do it more often. Just stop yelling at me. Well, it was raining hard out today. The second it started to drizzle, we went inside. But thunder. Well, not thunder. It just started raining more. Well, you know, like thunderous raindrop sound. But not thundering sound. You know what I mean? Thunderous applause. How's everybody today? A booby basket, that's funny. We should get like a new background and stuff for my desktop.
Yeah.
What segment did you want to start with, by the way? Since we're still in the pre-show.
Disney.
You don't want to start with Ash.e.e? How about Ash.e.e. Disney EDP?
Okay.
Does that sound good to you?
Sure.
Okay, we'll do Disney first to make my wife happy. Okay, I love you, Disney. Yeah, that'll put you in a good mood. That'll put you in a good mood.
I want to get another one of these shirts when we go.
Yeah, sure. Wow. Look at the screen.
Damn.
That's not nice.
Do it again.
That be the map to Treasure Island.
I think you're hot, but it's funny to look at like pictures to be like, where'd that go? You know?
Well, we were at my mother's house and you were seeing them today, right?
No, I'm talking about just from us starting. Stop it.
Was it starting what?
He took my fidget away.
Because the mic picks it up and people get annoyed by it.
You're being some type of ism right now.
I'm being like a professionalism right now. I'm
Do you have
you should stop doing that? And I was doing it nicely, and you called attention to it. Why would you do that?
Because you made me angry.
Okay. Well.
Where's the Among Us coin purse?
I don't. What? I don't know. That's.
I used to play with that during every single.
Well, you have the dog. Here, play with this.
I don't want to play with this one. I played with this last week during my meetings that I do on your computer, I would play with the Among Us coin purse.
Well, I don't know where it is. You move everything on my desk.
I was telling a story. What was I saying before, guys?
Oh, that you like looking at me pictures of me with my hair.
Oh, because when we started dating, there was a little bit more. But I didn't notice it. That's like today when I sat in the chair at your mother's house. I was like, wow, these hips have gotten a bit wider since my bridal shower, you know?
Yeah, we both got a little wider. It's all right. Because we're in love. Do you want to get the show started, babe?
Sure.
The official show. You want to start it off?
Yeah, hold on.
No, you let me go now. We're about to get started. My wife's making us yawn.
Tell me when you're ready.
Go ahead.
Say action.
Action.
Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to Rob and Dan. I'm Rob. This is Dan. How was your week?
It was pretty good, actually. It was, well, no, this week was, like, really lazy for me. It was so weltering hot. I don't think I did any chores or anything. You did a good amount.
Well, I'll talk about my week after you.
I was a little lazy. But this weekend was nice. Yesterday, I can say that. We went to one of your houses that you work with people with intellectual developmental disabilities, and we hung out with them. And it was like a family barbecue. I got to meet everybody, which was nice. I met some of the support staff, which are nice. I like the support staff. I like old black women. I don't know what I get along with them so well. My mom used to work with like a lot of older black women, like from like Creole, or you're not supposed to. They call them black; they'll get upset sometimes. So one of them almost hit me. Or but they're fun. They're a little like conservative, but like. So they get like a little bit like, if you talk about anything a little risque, but they don't get angry. They just go, oh my goodness, you know what I mean? It's so much fun. And I was busting one of their chops. I remember I was like, oh, do I need to use this utensil to pick up the bread? And she said, you can do whatever you want. And I said, don't tell my wife you said that. Now, if I get into trouble because I do whatever I want, I'm gonna blame you. And she said, don't do that. I'm afraid of your wife. So it was fun. It was fun. And then there was one of the guys, the residents there, Mike. Welcome. It's okay if I say the first name.
Kind of.
Okay.
Not really,
there was one
but...
sorry. Okay. Cut that out. One of the residents there. He likes buses a lot. I used to work for a bus company, so I gave him like a little tchotchke.
Yeah, a little knick-knack.
So that was cool. That was fun. And then today we went to like a little barbecue with my mom, my aunt, and my mother-in-law, and my wife was over there too. And that was nice.
We had donuts.
Yeah, what did you get? Like 12 donuts. We cut them into 8s, and we all had one piece of each donut.
Yeah, it was from Duck Donuts, which is like they have a couple of locations on Long Island. So I took a drive out to one today to get a few, and they were pretty good. My week was pretty good. I think that I did a good job with myself this week.
Good.
I tried to like stay on task. I cooked a few dinners this week. I did the dishes. Just I think that
it's so hot in our house. It's hard to do anything in the house.
Summer is hard to like stay on task with things, and then also like. And we'll talk about it during our end of the year stream in a few months.
Yeah.
But I started this year with a lot of intentions, and I did really well with them for a few months, and then we got COVID again, and
it's terrible.
And that was back in like April, but it really did just like throw me off routine wise, and then stuff at work started getting a little tougher and whatnot, and so I just haven't been able to get back into a routine. And like he said, plus it being like hot in the house makes things hard, but so I'm slowly starting.
It's so humid around here too.
I did really good keeping up with some chores, cooking, and I'm really proud of myself for managing my time this weekend, because I was out of work last Friday to get like something like I had an appointment, and then I was off Monday for Labor Day, and it just really messed me up, and I was stressed because we had a barbecue yesterday and like going to his mom's today, and it was like, oh my goodness, like where do I fit everything in, because I also had to work this weekend. And I just did really good prioritizing work by being like, do this now because you don't want to do it later.
Yeah. And you did go with that.
And I did really good.
Then you'll stress. You're like, I didn't do this. I'm stressing.
Yeah. So I did. I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I made coffee for tomorrow. Cut up a cucumber, so I'm gonna eat it healthily.
Very
At
good.
least tomorrow. We'll see how the rest of the week goes. But
We've been doing pretty well.
yeah.
Decently.
And then
Go
what?
ahead. No, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, to change it up a little this week, I always ask you how your last week was. I wanted to ask you what you are looking forward to this upcoming week.
Our podcast. That's the only thing I look forward to now. I don't know why. Right now, I'm very fixated on the podcast. It's been a very positive experience for me. I like the content I do, and as I move forward and this becomes hopefully more successful, I'm gonna obviously continue to have my own channel. It's like my job and all that. But I'm probably gonna steer away a little more and more away from like more controversial stuff. Not in general overall, but because I like the direction that this podcast goes though.
We have fun.
I like the conversations we have. Some of it's really fun segments. Some of the segments get serious, but they're always entertaining, and I feel like they're intelligent when they need to be, and they're stupid and fun when they need to be. You know. So I really enjoy doing this. I like this more than my channel, and I like my channel, but I put all my work. I probably do as much work on this channel that I do on my channel. I stream like maybe 4 days a week, 3 hours, that's 12 hours. I do some thumbnails. Let's say I work 15 hours a week, maybe 15, 20 hours a week. I don't work very much. Jesus, I'm lucky as hell. But then I put, I don't put that much in, but I'll do like probably like maybe 8 to 10 hours of work into this. The 3 hours we usually do, plus the video editing and the thumbnails, because I re-listen to the whole podcast, and then I give you sample clips of clips, and then I edit all the clips down, and I do a bunch of, which takes a long time. But I don't know, I enjoy it. This is like, it's fun being an editor for this channel. And our TikTok and stuff is doing good, and Instagram. It's only got 100 followers on our TikTok and then 120 on our Instagram, but that went up. We were only like 66.
We're making progress.
And we're getting like at least, we're getting anywhere from 300. We're usually getting an average like 300 to 1,000 views a video, which I think is awesome.
You all right?
No. Sorry. But we're doing really well. I like this channel a lot, and we get a lot of positive feedback. We get a lot of feedback that's like, I really enjoy this channel. It's like, it's cool. I like that. This is like what I want to be known as. And I'm actually getting to a point where I've talked to you, I might delete my Papa Gut TikTok and just make myself Rob and Dan. And then we're talking about when we go to Disney, imagine people like, oh my God, are you Rob and Dan? That'd be so cool. That's what I'm excited about. Really quick, before we get to you, thank you so much for the 1 month sub from Spunky Monkey. 1 month anniversary with a heart. Thank you. And thank you so much, Jasmine or Yasmin?
I could go with Jasmine, I think.
For the parasocial baddies. Very pogger. Anyway, what are you looking forward to this week?
I'm going to a pickle festival on Saturday.
Yeah, I might have to do that too.
I hope they have pickle pizza. I've been wanting to try it.
That sounds interesting.
One of us needs to shift because we're squeaking.
You're squeaking.
Oh yes.
Wait. We did it. This is the new podcast thing. Are you more comfortable?
I am.
Wow. Hey, who knew a couple of inches could be so impactful? Just a shift, a little shift. Okay, well, cool. I'm happy they're not sending us any more snack crates because they're disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of that. We tried to cancel it like 6 months ago, and they just never canceled it, and it's been annoying since. And I don't know. But anyway, you want to get the party started?
Yes. So for this week, as you guys know, every single week we have at least one Disney topic to talk about.
It just works out that way. It just works out that way.
Is that we didn't have anything this week. And then something my husband always says is that God provides.
God will provide.
And in this case, God provided something that made me so angry. I am so upset.
Yeah.
How did I find out about this?
I
think I saw it like on Instagram or something, and then I went into like Google mode, and then I was in his chat like, guess what's happening? So Disney had their D23 thing, which I don't really know what it is, to be honest, but it's where they talk about like the developments for Disney coming. So they apparently announced that they're getting rid of the show It's Tough to Be a Bug in Animal Kingdom.
Which may prompt us to go to a little impromptu Animal Kingdom visit next time we go to Disney, which is in 2 months.
Yeah, we have to see when.
Anyway.
Yeah, we have to see when they're going to close it.
Because
maybe we'll just have to do. Yeah. Maybe we'll just have to go to Disney again.
What? The next time we go to Disney after this time is for your 30th birthday, which is a year and change from that. We want babies next year. We gotta trim down.
Stop telling me what to do.
Okay, I'm sorry. I love you so much.
So, anyways, they're getting rid of It's Tough to Be a Bug. So, if you're not familiar with It's Tough to Be a Bug,
I can't show
it's a
anything
cute-
just in case it's like DMCI.
Yeah. It's a cute little 4D movie that's like with the characters from A Bug's Life.
I love it.
It's really cute. Like, it
The
takes
best ride in
place
Animal
in
Kingdom.
the Tree of Life Theater, I think it's called. And basically, like, the line for it, you have to walk like around the Tree of Life, so you're up close to it. The Tree of Life is really cool because it has all carvings. It's made up of animals.
I wonder if they're gonna update the Tree of Life line experience. Because here's the thing: it's upsetting that they're changing it, but my perspective is that the new stuff is very cool. It's cool. The changes are upsetting and so cool at the same time. Like, it's like, oh, that sucks, but then also like, oh, this can be exciting.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
I
like
don't
bittersweet.
know.
That's how I feel. I
don't
try to
know.
embrace the change.
This is getting past bittersweet. This is getting, for me, like, I'm annoyed and irritated. So anyways, you go into the tree trunk and then it's cute. Like, they have like all movie posters or whatever, but it's like, it's posters like you would see in the
parody
little
movie
Bugs
posters.
Life
yeah.
town or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you go in, and your seats, it's like interactive. The best part is like in the beginning, they're like, your little kids are going to get scared. And then at a certain
it's
point in the
so
show,
funny.
the parents like run to the left where you exit with their crying kids.
Yeah. So listen. During the show, like there's moments that like you said, there's interactive, and so there's one moment that like something farts on you, like one of the
And you
stink
smell
bugs.
it. It's all like sensory
It's-
stimulation.
You smell it. There's a moment where like grasshoppers or ants or something crawl behind you, and like they like the seat like pops up a little bit, so it touches your butt. I think that there's something on your feet or something. I don't know. But there's one moment where the spiders attack and the spiders drop from the ceiling, and they get somewhat close, and the kids start shrieking like their lives depend on it. And if I was a child, I would be scarred. As an adult, it is the fucking funniest thing in the entire world. The kids get up, they scream, and they run. It's already prepared. They tell you, your kid, like, you know, go over here if you get scared. The kids sprint over there. They gotta leave the theater. It's so cruel, but it's part of the experience that makes it fun.
No, and it's funny because you say that like it scars you. It did scar me, as well as the Shrek 4D movie in Universal that they got rid of, because in Shrek 4D there were spiders on the seat that tickled your ankles. So from those
balls.
two experiences, whenever I went to a 4D movie, I was a little kid, so I was smaller. I would sit on the edge of my seat with my feet up so that nothing could poke me in the
How
back
uncomfortable.
and nothing could touch my feet because I was terrified.
That's
I
so
was scared
funny.
when I was little of a lot of things.
Okay, you want me to move over?
I was trying to move myself over.
That's funny. But yeah, they're getting rid of it, and I think the ride. I don't remember the last time I went on there before we went there together as husband and wife, very much in love. Before that, I don't remember going there with my mother. And so, like, for me, it was like I was experiencing it for the first time, even if I had already experienced it. I think I have already, but I didn't remember. And
Your
so
mom said you did.
Yeah, it was just a cool experience. It was cool. It was fun. It was my favorite thing at that park. I loved the experience, and they're getting rid of it for Zootopia.
Yeah, so
Which
they're
is just
actually
sad.
in Animal Kingdom. They're taking away. Sorry, I got distracted by the chat. I did see that they replaced the Shrek stuff with Minions, which is dumb. I don't like Minions. Anyways, they're redoing Dino Land, which is an area of Animal
Damn
Kingdom,
Shrek.
and they're making it Zootopia, which that is cool.
It's cool, but I hope they keep the dinosaur ride.
I
'Cause that ride
hope
is
they
cool
keep
as
the dinosaur
fuck.
ride is so good.
Okay, so there's a
That's what
dinosaur
I'm
ride.
worried about.
The dinosaur ride, the line experience is very cool. It's like you're going through a museum and you see like, and they're probably fake, but you see like different bones of dinosaurs, and there's like a big skeleton. And you get on the ride, you go like into the basement, you get on the ride, and it's like you go back into the past and whatever. I got so fucking scared last time we went on it. I was like closing my eyes.
Let me see. I might.
No,
as
don't
we
look for
keep
anything.
talking, I
No,
might
stop,
have a
stop.
picture of it.
I was so scared. I was
You're
like,
I think I have the
'cause
picture.
listen. This is the most cruel part. I had to sit on the outside. That's not safe. If I'm sitting on the inside, I'm safe. You know what I mean? On the outside, the dinosaurs are right there. Okay, that's the rule for any scary ride. I remember when I was a very young kid, I went to like Adventureland or something, and I remember, and this is probably an embarrassing experience thinking about it now. I was probably like 10, I don't know. We went with the whole YMCA, and there was these two twins, and they were like attractive. You know, I'm a 10-year-old boy, so like two rocks with like two rocks that look like tits are attractive to me. And I was like, I want to sit in the middle. And they're like, no. So I had to sit on the outside. I was so scared. I was what is this?
That's us on the dinosaur ride.
No, why would I show this to people? This is so mean to me. This is what she wants me to show you. Look at how scared I am. Look, look at that. The woman in the front is terrified too. She's just looking down. It's like an old Amish woman that probably thinks the goddamn dinosaurs are real. I'll adjust the blur in a second. But yeah, you know, I love that ride though. It's a lot of fun. It's like it's just fun.
So I'm really hoping they'll keep that. But I think it's Shanghai Disney. They're making, I guess, like the first
one of the Chinese ones? There's like two.
They're making a Zootopia land there, which I guess is like the first one.
Cool.
And they showed what like it's gonna look like, and it is really cool.
Yeah, as long as their replacements are cool, that's a great experience. But I think it would be so cool if they made Disney VR. Let me go look at the old rides. Put like a trigger warning on some of them. Like the Raya Rabbit ride on Disney used to be kind of racist. Like put it on VR and say like warning, like this is old, outdated, and racist. Enter at your own peril or something. It would be cool to just like sit down and like just kind of go through the ride experience, the line experience, just walk through it. It doesn't have to be the new rides, but the old rides. That would be really interesting. You know, hell, sell a virtual ticket for like $10 and then you get like 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I would pay $10 for 12 hours at like a virtual Disney.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I feel like there's an untapped market, and this way you can still preserve the old stuff, not fully because you can't get the smells and it doesn't hit all your senses. You know, you can't get the smell of the disgusting, dirty Florida water that gives you Disney rash.
Yeah.
That's just speculation, by the way. But I think it would be a really cool thing to do, a really cool experience. But I think that VR is just like not there yet because it's so bulky. I have a fat, heavy head, so like I'm adjusted to it. My neck is powerful. But like a small child is just doing like one of these. You know, they got to get it down to like small glasses for him in order to really make something like that more accessible to people. But you know,
you said something. Yeah, I was gonna say you said
sorry.
something before that leads me to my last point in this is that you said that you hope it's replaced by something cool.
Yeah.
Which in California they failed on that.
What'd they do?
In California, listen. I'm a newer Disney fan. There used to be a whole Bugs Life like land.
Yeah,
okay,
I'll show you.
Multiple rides for it. They had a Tarzan's Treehouse. Me too. And A Bug's Life was that's a classic for me. That's one of my favorite. I love Pixar movies, but like it just looks so cool. Like they have like a Heimlich ride.
I want to see it.
And stuff. Oh, I'm so upset.
Yeah.
I really wish that I got to see it.
And Tarzan Land, you mentioned.
And then this was Tarzan's Treehouse, which is just like again a classic for me, right?
Yeah. Tarzan was pretty cool.
So this is all gone. They got rid of this. And in its place, they put a bunch of Avengers stuff.
Yeah, Avengers is cringe.
And that irritates me because, like, Avengers is not Disney.
It is, but it's not. I understand what you're saying. It feels like it shouldn't replace Disney stuff. It should just
and that's the thing. Like, with Star Wars, to my understanding, I don't think that Star Wars took away anything. I think that was an addition to MGM.
I think that they made an entire addition to the park. They always had a Star Tours in Disney. They always had that in, like, they not always, but you know, they got a Star Wars ride and they did Star Tours, which would be another really great VR experience because there's older versions of Star Tours that I did when I was a kid and now they're different. I think that's cool, but I would like to see the old ones, right? But then they made like a whole like extension, and it's a beautiful extension, by the way. It's fantastic. It's very immersive. It's very cool. There's alcohol in it. I mean, it's pretty baller. Really good scenery, massive Millennium Falcon, like to scale, like honestly impressive stuff. But they didn't take away like they are. And Epcot, did they take away for sorry, my boob itches. Did they take away for that one ride, that one Marvel ride? I don't think that they did.
No, I think that was new.
That's like a new one. Yeah.
And that's the thing, like I understand as time changes and they're creating like more and more
there's younger
films
kids growing
and whatnot,
up with
like
stuff.
you have to keep that updated because
and it gives you a little bit of a park experience. Like we get to go, like when we go to Disney, apparently the Tron ride's gonna be that's cool.
Yeah.
And like we're looking forward to that. It's overall a positive. It's just like, oh, my
it's just like,
nostalgia.
yeah, like it's unfortunate,
You know?
like that when your nostalgia gets taken away, when you didn't like get to experience it
as a kid, yeah.
And like when it's like it doesn't seem like a big deal, like when they're changing the log flume ride. What is it called?
The Briar Rabbit.
Yeah, that's not what it was called, but they're changing that to Tiana, and it's like that's fine because that storyline doesn't really like say Disney for me, you know?
Yeah, I don't even know if that might be attached to a Disney movie, but I don't remember it. And so like that's cool. I love that ride mostly for like the water, and like it's a really cool jump, and then like slightly for the racism. But I'm kidding. No, I'm actually really looking forward to the Tiana one. I like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I just wanted to talk about that because I'm angry. I'm honestly like really upset. It sucks that like they wiped away the whole Bugs Life land and now they're getting rid of like the last thing that's a Bugs Life. And I don't know, for me that almost makes me feel like they're like erasing that movie for kids because if there's not anything referenced, like how are they going to know what it is anyways?
It's such a classic,
and it's a good movie.
But we're probably at the point now where younger kids are like, what's that, dad or mom? You know, probably mom because dads aren't existent. But then again, you can only really afford Disney if you have a dad. So 2 parents, you know, so 2 moms, 2 dads in a way. Anyway, but you know, I think that's fading out. Bugs Life is an awesome, fantastic classic, but it's just like not really in flow anymore. And one of the reasons that it is preserved so well is because they didn't farm it for as many sequels as possible, at least to my knowledge. And so it's one of those things where like it kind of just faded away, and that is what it is. Yeah. Did you see the rule that they're implementing though? What are you looking at me like that for?
Because I know it's going to be a fake rule, so I'm waiting to see what you're going to say.
Like the Zootopia. What do you mean it's going to be a fake rule?
What is the new rule?
It's a Zootopia rule.
Okay.
It's a new Zootopia land rule.
What
Have
is
you seen
it?
it before? Have you seen the new Zootopia rule that they implemented?
You're so dumb.
It's called Zootopia Rule 34. What do you think about that?
Well, speaking of that, I've heard, I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but in Zootopia 2, which is coming out,
What do you think about
Judy Hopps and Nick Fox are together and she's having his babies.
Look at this we're actually looking at a picture that is
of them in the process.
Wow, this is very educational. Who's the fox? What?
Jeez
Louise! That's not bad. You know what though? To be honest with you, this doesn't really do it for me.
I feel like you would like the sheep, maybe. I'm trying to think of which character. Ew, why is it protruding?
I don't know, but I don't. I don't really ship the fox and the bunny rabbit.
No.
I don't really ship the two of them. There's a sheep. What the hell is this?
That's your style.
Oh, stop! It's femboy. Thank you so much for the 99 cents, PJQ. Hold on. What the sheep? Who's the sheep? All these are censored, so I have to... Whoa! Okay, maybe. She's kind of a nerd. Damn! Are they really that big? Oh my god, this is super inappropriate. Alright, maybe I can get into this now.
Oh my god. Alright, enough.
Okay. We gotta purge the history. Purge my history. Incredible stuff. Did you like that rule?
I knew that's what it was gonna be.
To be absolutely honest with you, I don't really understand the obsession with it. To be absolutely, I guess
with
it's not
the rule or Zootopia.
No, with the rule. Like, there's so many people that are like, "Oh my god, Judy Hopps' feet and stuff," and I don't get Judy Hopps. I don't find her particularly attractive.
Oh, I thought you meant like the rule in general, but no, specifically for Zootopia.
Yeah, I don't really get it, Zootopia, and I don't ship the fox and the bunny. You know, I don't really get it.
I'll have to think of who I think the hottest cartoon is. Then I'll follow up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's that. I mean, that was a fun segment, though, especially the Rule 34. Among Us. You like that? That's been my new thing. Among Us Balls has been my new. What do they call it? What do the kids call it now? A stim?
Your new fixation?
My new fixation. That's it. All these kids are saying such goofy. They're all wackadoodles, you know? Oh, I forgot to know the monetization on the podcast. Oopsie poopsie. Did you like that segment though? You liked that one. That was like your we have to do this segment. And it was a fun segment, by the way. I'm not like, what are you staring at me for? Like I have like 10 heads.
I'm waiting for you to be done with whatever you're doing.
I'm just kind of hanging out. Are you ready to get into the segment?
You have to give me headphones.
I just need a burp real quick too. Thanks, mommy. Sorry, guys. My wife burped me. It's her fault. Yeah, the Among Us Balls is my new vocal stim. Among Us Balls. Very immature.
Do you know the girl with Tourette's on TikTok that says stuff like, you're done?
No, I don't know.
She went on Dr. Phil and she was talking to him, and like one of the first things she says is, you're bald.
That's funny though. I like that. 75 cent. Whoa, 75 cent boneless wings. All right. So listen. All right. We have a little bit of an update to the Ash.e.e situation. Do you like that? Being very professional here. Ash.e.e. For those of you who don't know, there's going to be a little recap for people watching the segment. I'll put the first video in the description if you want to get catched up. You know, one of our best segments, by the way. People were upset we were a little unorganized. Fair point. But also, shut up. Just kidding.
It was fine. Cry about it.
It was a little unorganized. We started in the middle, and then I accidentally went, oops, it's my fault.
It's literally fine. That's how you interact in conversations regularly. Okay. Not just you, like everybody.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing I really like about our stuff is that it's very conversational. You know, it's very conversational. Like there's a lot of people who make content that's like, this is what happened, and blah 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 blah, and they just display the information. And like we do display it, but we don't really do that. Like let's have a conversation.
We're hanging out right now.
Yeah, and we have and I think that we're entertaining. Everybody loves your shirt, by the way. It's kitty cat rainbows.
No, it's not. It's a unicorn.
It's a unicorn. What did you say? You
said kitty cat.
Oh, you didn't. I didn't say that. Shut up. Anyway, the husband responded. He very quickly removed his videos, though, and I literally just don't know the order. They're two relatively quick. I think they're 30 seconds each. Videos. A real quick recap. Basically, Ash.e.e is a TikToker with 15 million followers. She actually went up like 200,000.
Crazy.
Wow, we went up about 20 followers since last stream. But hey, still a high five. That was a medium 5. Basically what happened is she made a vague video that was just about how treating wasn't it about as a woman you should continue to work in case a guy decides to 20 years into the relationship just dip out and leave you by yourself.
Yeah.
And she made it was very vague. I don't even think that it was necessarily in relation to her relationship. Could have been. Then the OF girl, the girl that was talking to the husband, decided that she needed to come forward and just say, "Oh yeah, well your husband's unhappy with you in some capacity." And then she kind of spilled the beans, and kind of got into it a little bit. And whatever ensued, she talked about how her husband was exploring outside of the relationship. Not good, And the favorite part is the one girl that was looking for attention, the OF girl, because that's all it was. She said something like, "Oh, it was just therapy for him." First of all, that is cheap therapy, but it's not what it is. That's a bullshit excuse, right? He was trying to step out of the relationship, and he was looking for an excuse to justify and garner sympathy from this OnlyFans girl. So that's pretty much it. And now we have an update. The husband decided to come forward. How do you feel about the husband saying something, just fundamentally, before we even listen?
I want to hear what he has to say before I have judgment on it.
Okay, I understand why he would respond, considering the whole social media is just 100% on her side, and maybe he feels a little outcasted. But then again, he wanted to get off social media. But let's watch it again. I don't know if they're in the correct order. It's just two different videos. Let's go.
So y'all know I don't like social media. Yeah. I don't care for it. So I was gonna be quiet about the whole situation. I was gonna be the bad guy, but I'm not about to let a person who used me for their success, the whole marriage, run my name through the mud.
Okay. So just to be very clear, they use me for... Shut up. I have no problem with him saying hey, I don't like the representation of it, but use me for... No. They were married and they made content. He made content with her. I don't have sympathy for the she forced me bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about this before. It's what if we got into a marriage and then I got a job that was this is just the bill I have to pay. Holy.
Give me the thing, the Power Ranger.
Okay, the coaster. Oh my god. I don't know how I'm gonna pay that bill.
Shut up.
Anyway, she's like a sopping wet like medical bill I have to pay, and she just put her drink on it. Oh my god, sorry. You're using me for paying the medical bills. Sorry. We talked about this in an example that's not content related, where like let's say we got married and then one of us got like a big job promotion that paid like an extra $30,000 a year, and it's like, you know, I have to go drive into work and it's a 2-hour drive every day, or we had to potentially move. The concept of like, oh, you forced me. No, like sometimes opportunities present themselves and then a couple will make a decision. Both people might not be equally satisfied with engaging with it, but they still engage with it because they see the positive outcome from it. Like that's what we were when we started dating. I wasn't doing social media. I got pretty big on here. We've talked about the issues that social media can bring as a relationship and as a couple, and it does exist, absolutely. But like you forced me to. We said this last time, but we got to a place where we're doing content, and I like it a lot, and I think you're enjoying it. You know, we're not. It's a more intimate space with fewer people, which I actually enjoy, generally speaking. And it's not so loud and like, oh, I'm a 2.5 million TikTok, blah, blah, blah. Cause that's like a lot of attention and it's not worth the money, to be honest with you. Right. But you weren't forced to do anything. Mm-hmm. But so it's okay to be like, hey, this is a struggle that I wasn't ready for, because like I feel like you can't predict what the hell's going to happen on social media. It's fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. But to be like, you forced me and like, bro, I'm sure you benefited financially from this.
Yeah.
So I think that's just bullshit. You don't have anything to say, I'm assuming?
I'm 100% uninvested in this now.
Why?
Because shut the fuck up. Shut up. Like, why are you coming on here mad at her?
Yeah, wait. Why aren't you mad at yourself for picking the dumb girl? That's what you said last week. That was funny.
Yeah.
Like, you decided to air your business. You decided to cheat on your wife. Let's be real here. And, like, you decided to cheat on your wife, and I get it. OnlyFans is a weird area, so maybe he didn't even think it like that. But it is. That's what it is. But it's your fault. And you chose a fucking blabber. You chose a fucking yapper. You chose the mayor of Yapsville.
Like, for real, like his wife or whatever, like, she really hasn't said anything.
Nothing really damaging. She didn't say anything. She really didn't say anything at all. The fucking dumb OnlyFans girl was the one who brought everything out.
Yeah, what's the other video?
Yeah, let's watch it.
It's one thing to go on social media and tell them about your private life, especially when your partner done told you over and over about that. But it's another thing to tell me one thing, but let social media believe it's another thing.
Wow.
Why?
We gotta love vague posting, by the way. My thing is you're coming on to explain yourself, and all you're gonna do is vague post about how they're lying, but you're not gonna explain why.
What can she be lying about? She hasn't said anything.
She really wasn't the one who said it.
She hasn't said anything. And what do you mean? Oh, like, tell me one thing and tell social media another thing. That's the way it should be, because social media should know everything.
Yeah, that's true. Like, so
tell social media whatever story.
The OnlyFans girl was the one who came forward. That being said, there is some updated information from Ashley, so maybe that's what this is referring to.
There we go, being out of order again.
Bro, I don't know the fucking order. He deleted his own videos. I don't know what to do here. I'm unorganized. Either way, I really have no. Again, it was his like little side mistress that was decided to play this game.
So far, he said nothing.
Yeah, he hasn't said anything except this. I'm the bad guy. So let's start with the next video, dude. She's making so much content out of this situation, though. You know, good for her, I guess. Milking it. Here's the one. This is one we watched last week. Was he addressing it? This is the next one.
I've always tried to keep my content positive and fun, but I've always tried to keep my content real as well. And the reality of my life right now is I'm not good. With that being said, you guys are going to notice a huge shift.
It's just interesting when people start using the social media as a soapbox. I'm not even saying she's a soapbox, a place to talk and complain and vent. And I'm not even saying she's a bad person or anything, but I feel like for me, I've tried my best not to do that. You know, but then again, I make stream content, so sometimes if I decide to express myself, like, oh, I'm having this feeling, it kind of just goes on there. 100 to 200 people see it, and then it just goes away forever, and then we're done with it. But, you know,
in my content.
just like something to be like weary of, not doing too much.
Right now,
But she's going
I
through a divorce,
am trying to heal from many different things. And I know a lot of other women and people in general are healing right now.
Yeah.
And
I prefer
if
tanking.
I can share my experience with how I'm healing, because I think that's the most important thing when you're hurting, is knowing that there's somebody else going through the same thing. Not that you would wish it upon anybody, but it just helps to know you're truly...
I just have to ask you a question. Do you think that she's being genuine in this particular moment of like, hey, I'm expressing, because it sounds like what she's trying to say is I'm expressing myself because I know other people might be able to benefit from this expression of myself and be able to like relate to it? Or do you think that's just, to me, comes off as, and again, she has a right to do what she's doing, but to me, it just comes off as like an excuse to talk about this stuff. Like, this sucks. And it's like, but you know what? You know?
I don't know. I have to watch the other videos.
Gotcha.
Not alone. There's many people going through what you're going through. So with that being said, I want to take you guys along on my healing journey. Whatever that means, every day it might be different. One day I might be devastated and crying my eyes out, and the next day I might be in the gym staying hydrated, and the next day I might be angry, and I don't know where it's going to take me, but I want to take you guys along with me. And for everybody that's hurting and that's trying to heal right now, let's do it together. I've always tried...
Okay. Any thoughts?
No.
Next one.
So come on, let it.
So I'll sing it too.
Oh my
so
God.
come on, let it go. What's the next line? I gotta go pee pee.
This is stupid.
They will never realize how, if it wasn't for them, you would have given up. Yeah.
I don't care. Next.
Come on, let it go. You think I could have been a singer? Wow, that's
The best one.
That's so nice. I really appreciate you, baby.
Of course. I love you.
What the hell is this? I never noticed the elephant
That's her
trunk.
child.
Oh.
She's saying that she would have been out of here if her kids, if it wasn't for her kids.
Damn, this is silly. This is such a weird cringe post.
She's
sorry.
like, hey, come here and
But
touch
you know
my
what? Listen,
chin.
you're allowed a certain level of cringe when you're getting a divorce, I think. You know, it's okay. Listen, I give her, she's going through something. Sorry, I just have an itchy body part. Oh, that just threw off my equilibrium. All right.
29.
Okay, let's.
Today marks 29 days of
Among us.
grieving a relationship that I truly thought was the
no.
best thing that's ever happened to me. And today
I'll tell
I'm
you something right now. This is the best thing that ever happened to me.
What?
Our relationship.
I like us.
No, and not to rub it in, but I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life, and I'm the most proud of myself I've ever been in my life. And I'm still not very proud of. I still don't think I'm a good person, but I like myself a lot more. I feel like I'm like 10 times the man that I was before we met.
I love you.
So it's been a lot, because I look back and I'm like, wow, you know what? I was very mature and blah 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 blah. You know, all these different ways. I don't think I was a horrible person, you know, but even like from a content perspective, I just like myself a lot more now. So it's pretty cool being married to you. I appreciate you a lot.
You remember this morning?
When you woke up and then you went and did food shopping while I slept. Yeah, it was awesome.
But then to wake you up, like there was like a little space on the bed, and I just crawled in.
There, and then I
That's what I liked.
Yeah,
and then we
I
just
like
laid
it.
there.
I
I like
like
being
it a
married
lot.
to you.
Yeah,
It's pretty
cool.
nice.
It's cool stuff.
experiencing.
But this, I'm officially over now.
Yeah, for me, you know, for me, I don't think she's a bad person, but like you're doing too much. They would say.
I don't respect doing this online.
Yeah, I think the other stuff was fine. This is going too far. Here's my thing. Here's my theory as a content creator, somebody who's like understand. She got very, very, very positive affirmation from posting about her relationship, and it wasn't really her fault. And I feel like that like kind of sits with her, and it just kind of dilutes and warps the way that she should work. And like you said last week, you know, who's your best friend?
You?
Thank you. Who's my best friend?
Oh, I'm sorry. I felt
Like, okay,
I felt pressured.
Who's my best friend?
Me.
Right. So if we were having this kind of a problem, we wouldn't have anybody else to talk to.
Yeah.
And so maybe she's in that moment. That's why she's got her child like, give me the lamp, you know, doing one of those. Oh, stop. You know what? That's her tickle spot. Stop.
No.
Sorry, love you.
A lot of confusion and a lot of guilt. Like, what could I have done differently to change this?
No.
Where were my shortfalls? Even gets to the
This is where you talk to a therapist.
point where you start to look at yourself.
I feel like this could hurt the potential for them to go to a marriage counselor. Because here's my thing. Both, in a relationship, bad things are potentially going to happen. One side's going to do something wrong. And I think that, like, depending on your relationship, it's up to the couple to decide how to deal with it, and part of that could be marriage counselor. This is hurting that process. Even if he's the one that's in the wrong, I feel like it's getting to a point now where it's almost like an ego thing, and it may just not work out because of what's happening. Like, a marriage counselor could have done a lot. Again, it is his fault, though. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Because of the girl. He chose a fucking goober.
In the mirror differently,
The other
and
girl.
things that you liked about yourself before you no longer like about yourself, and you feel less pretty and you feel less confident and your self-worth diminishes. What was it about me that caused this relationship to end? And not every day I feel
What?
This attitude to talk about this shit on social media.
Do you think that's part of it?
I don't know. I don't know their story.
Stop! Just stop! What are you yelling at me for?
Because I'm mad about. Last week I had so much fun talking about that stupid bitch from OnlyFans.
Yeah, and
I really did.
And this week she's
like, that was fun,
herself.
and now she's ruining it.
Yeah, you liked her, and now she's ruining it.
She's ruining
Well, but
it.
when you said that, it made me trigger something, and it's like, if she's doing this now, were there like little things that she did before that kind of?
Well, I told you
know?
last week is that being in a relationship with someone who does social media when you don't want to is difficult.
Yeah.
They're always on their damn phones. They ain't got no boundaries. They're always doing something. It's a lot. If you're someone who truly didn't want to be on social media, then yeah, it was probably annoying.
Sure, yeah.
You know,
But,
just
you know.
because you're unhappy in your relationship doesn't give you the right to break those boundaries and go to somebody else.
All right, but she's just
But-
being too extra now.
But now you're ruining it. Now
Yeah.
we're having fun. And like day 29, listen, if it's like 3 months down the road, you guys are done, you're coping, open up a little bit, whatever.
yeah, but like a
But
daily
you're like,
update
oh,
of how
day
your
29,
relationship.
day 28, I'd kill myself if my children weren't here. I don't care, honestly.
Not fired the last video. Well, that's my thing. Is like, first of all, obviously nobody wants her to do that. That wasn't what she was saying. Second of all, like, I feel like that's weird though. Now you bring the kid into the relationship. It's getting to that area where it's like, let's use the kids as a weapon. And a lot of people do that when they get divorces. They use their kids as a weapon. Sometimes they'll fight for custody instead of coming to like a mutual understanding just to get back at the other partner. I feel like putting the kid in there, and also very speculative. But if he hates being on social media, then in this robust way, then the kid, he probably doesn't want the kid in social media. And I wonder if that was almost like let's antagonize him a little bit. I know
I don't think so at all.
I don't know about that. We've talked about how we don't want our kid on social media, like in general.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I'm just saying.
I feel like that's reaching.
Okay. Well,
like,
hey,
hard.
look at how long these arms are. Am I sweating? I love you.
But I feel like that was
Shut up.
a ridiculous reach.
All right, fair enough. Love you.
feel like this. Some days I know this was not my fault. But today I feel guilty. I feel ashamed. I feel responsible. And this is what day 29 looks like.
Damn.
I hate it. I hate it.
We got day 30. There's too many days.
Damn.
Good morning, you guys. I just left and got some coffee for my son and I. He's back there playing with his car seat because we are
Son doesn't look like he really wants to be in the video.
parked right now
I'm awaiting to see what she's going to be saying in this video right now.
Okay.
because I'm waiting for Target to open. I feel like my routine, my life has just did a 180, and I'm trying to figure out a new routine that brings me joy and happiness and peace. And obviously there's some other things I have to take care of and some hard things I have to take care of, but just day-to-day life, it's so different than what I was doing and what I had plans to do. It's a really hard realization knowing that the future you had pictured for yourself and you were 100% sure this future was what you were gonna have, and then you just don't anymore, and having to find a new routine, a new future, a new path. But I know that I adapt. You know, I've been in the military for 9 years, which if you're in the military or you're a spouse of a military member...
Well, that actually makes sense to me as to why she feels like she needs a very strict regiment if she's in the military, because you were conditioned to do that, you know?
You guys know you have to adapt at any given point. So I know I can. I've done it a million times. I can do it. Good morning.
And the way she's adapting is by yapping. What are you going yapping for? Somebody said, I mean, maybe it's her way of coping if people want to know what she's going through. Is she wrong for making the content for it? I argue, yeah. This is the thing. She's not a bad person. But this is the problem. What you were saying before, and the husband is the one that was wrong for stepping out of the relationship. But it can be difficult to set proper boundaries when you're a content creator for this kind of stuff. And like, this is not in my opinion, this is not the correct boundary to be setting. This is airing all your public business too much. Again, before, she didn't really air anything that she didn't need to because of a response from a fucking psychopath OnlyFans girl. But this time, it's like we've used that as a license to decide to vlog every single day and how we feel. And I feel like it's too much.
Yeah, no, and like she could do whatever she wants, but I'm gonna judge her for it. Just like I'm gonna judge her right now, because do you know what my problem is with this video? Specifically, kid? Yes, it's the kid.
What's the problem with it?
Because why are you saying all of that like that in front of your child?
Didn't even think of it like that. Didn't even think about it like
that.
And
I'm not saying to hide your feelings from your children. I want to be honest with my kids. If I'm having a bad day, I want to be able to tell them, like, yeah, mommy's having a bad day. I had a rough day at work. I'm feeling this way. I'm feeling that way. Because I want them to be able to communicate their feelings. Different. But if he knows that his mother and his father has something going on right now, and now she's saying my whole future's changed, I don't know what's happening. How do you think that's making him feel? Like, what are you doing?
That's true. Yeah.
So that's my problem with day 30.
Yeah, she's really fucking. Hey, well, you know, this like I said before, my speculation I think was somewhat correct. You said it was a reach, but we're now engaging in a situation where she's doing a petty back and forth with him, and then this is part of it. You're gonna talk shit about your husband in front of you know him. To me, I understand divorces are messy, but that shouldn't be done. You should, because to me, this could be interpreted as trying to tell the kid that his father's shitty. My mother never talked about my father. My father left my mother when she was 5 months pregnant. Not a single time did she ever talk bad about the man.
Yeah, my mom never talked bad about my dad either.
It wasn't until I think I was 18 or 20 that I said, hey, like, what was sperm donor like? I knew he wasn't there, but she never said he was a bad guy or anything. I came to my own conclusion. My conclusion was he wasn't there. He didn't want to be there. He just didn't want to be there. He showed up twice. My mom gave him every opportunity to do so. He had no interest in having a relationship with me. I know that. And I know my mom didn't try to instill hatred to him. I hate him, but she didn't try to. My mom was very like that. She did it the right way. And I'm sure it was hard. Probably terrible. But this is like not that, you know? Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like it.
There are 2 reasons you guys will not hear me share what has happened within my marriage here on my platform.
Why do we need this video? Right off the bat, just don't give us any don't tell us. This is baiting. You're waving around my favorite bag of sweet spicy chili Doritos. Oh, this is why I'll never give these to you. You know? No, please, Ash.e.e, tell us. Blah, 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 blah. I love how everybody's so positively affirming, but she's really just being unprofessional. I don't know, man. I'm starting to see where the husband's coming from. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but she's destroying her entire sympathy. Like, is this just her unleashed? I don't know.
The first reason and the most important reason is I have 2 small children
that you make content
that will see everything I put out here one day. All I want them to know is they have a mommy that loves them and a daddy that loves them. The second...
Well, I'm sorry. I know I'm pausing a lot. This is like virtue signaling to me. Like, you're talking shit about him all over social media beyond a reasonable amount, I think. Or you're inferring it. You're talking shit about how, like, you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of my life in front of your kid. Oh, everything's all fucked. Everything's so fucked in front of your kid. And now you're like, I want my kids to know that they have a good mommy and daddy. It's like, bro, what is this then? It's a virtue signal. I don't know if you're picking up what I'm putting down, if I'm communicating correctly.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, she's not
Being genuine.
she's not living that. If her was like, I want them to know they have a loving mother and father, she wouldn't have made the day 30 video in front of her kid.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, is it intentional or is it not? Is she just so chronically online?
Yeah.
Or that, and that's why I was saying what you were saying is a reach. Because, like, I don't know how intentional she's being.
That's true.
She could very well just be stupid.
Maybe she's just a suspicious character from Among Us.
But like, on a serious note, like, people, like, I have problems with it. What are you looking at me like
I'm
that
scratching
for?
my arm and just staring at you.
I have problems with it. You have had problems with it. Everybody
Social
has
media.
problems with boundaries on social media, but
True.
some people, like, have bad problems.
Oh, so you're
Where,
saying
like, they
that
don't
it's not
recognize it,
intentional.
because at least for me, if I do something, like, afterwards, I'm like, damn, like, I shouldn't have said this, I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have shared this, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. I'll say to him, like, oh, like, I wish, like, you could have said something differently, or how do you feel about you saying this, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Maybe I'm being too harsh. This is why I like content with you.
Second reason is that when you love somebody, the last thing you want to do is intentionally hurt them. And I absolutely love my husband. That doesn't just go away.
Okay, you think you're right. I think she's just having a fucking manic episode or something.
I know you guys are seeing so much right now, and there's so many accusations and there's so many assumptions. And I can assure you, not all of it is true. And as you guys can see, it doesn't matter if you delete a video 3 seconds after posting it. Somebody's already screen recorded it, and now...
Oh, she's referring to that. So I think, oh, we did it again, guys! Out of order! You're out of order! Bang, 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 bang. I think, and this is just an assumption, the 2 videos he made come between this video and the last video. And so his response is like, bro, WTF, bro?
Just
to be clear, his 2 videos are reasonable if they come after the videos, if they're the ones that, like, if they were a response to the videos that she had made that we just watched. If it was those videos, then the husband's response, and then this, that I understand why he said what he said.
I just still don't.
Why? She's being you literally criticized her for having her fucking kid in front of on the camera.
Because
like,
in
saying,
his videos, what he said was, you're telling social media a different story than what you're telling me. What stories are even being told? There's no goddamn stories being told. Everybody's talking without saying nothing.
All right, you got a good point. All right.
I'm irritated.
We got goblin mode, Roblin mode over here. We got fucking Roblin mode going on here. You're right though. That's true. Like everybody's doing a lot of talk without saying anything. This is just so. It's
like
fucking...
I'm literally like I was just watching her talk and I'm like, there has to be videos that like you miss, like that we're not seeing.
No,
because what are they talking about?
They're just
they're having their own conversations.
They're like
they're leaving us out, and that's my problem. If you're gonna share all of this like this, now you have to share everything.
Yeah, just go. Let's go.
Because like now all these pockets of missing information, I can't keep up. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's why if you don't want to talk about it, you don't say anything at all.
Yep. True.
Now it's out there for everybody to see. So, with that being said, before I post something, I think about all the different possibilities that can happen once I post that video.
No,
I don't think she's thinking that.
And actually, if she is thinking that, that makes her kind of shitty. Like, because that to me, it's like you thought about all the possibilities. You thought about the 17,000 timelines that could happen after you post some dumb shit on the internet. It's probably more likely what you said. She's just not thinking about it at all. She's just being kind of a silly goose and just posting stuff without like really thinking about what the impact is. So I don't think that she's as premeditated. If she is, that makes her kind of a
no, because even like, and that's the thing. I think that she might just be a little dumb with no boundaries. Because even in that video with her kid in the back of the car, like she never said anything about her husband or about the husband situation.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So that she was just like talking and
But like what she was saying, in my opinion, still was not okay to be communicated in front of your
not,
child.
No, I agree with you, but like, but what you're saying, I understand what you're saying is that like to her, she's not even thinking about like how what she's saying is bad. It's like, oh, it's so vague. It's not really anything specific. Blah blah blah. But it is still bad. The kid can still pick up on it, you know. So I get what you're saying. Also, how many takes do you think that she had? Remember, I used to make like 100 takes sometimes.
God.
So she's sitting there. And
when we used to go out, he used to have to leave the house like 10 minutes early to sit in the car and make his videos by himself.
I got self-conscious.
That's fine.
Sometimes I would like remake the first part over. Like, fuck, this fucking bullshit. Oh my god, that's what I would do. I would do a video, because I used to do. I'd be a little performative in the way that I would speak.
So in this video. You're so hot.
You're pissing me off. I love you. I know you're busting my chop. It's embarrassing. I would say, so in this video, Among Us Balls, I would talk like a little bit of like an anchor, like a little bit of like a news anchor or something. I like the way I do it now. I just talk like a person. But it could take a lot of takes. So if you got a 1 minute video, that could have been 15 fucking minutes, you know?
Yeah.
She even edited a face zoom in on her kid. That was weird.
Oh.
She fucking zoomed in on her kid's head.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I heard different words.
Oh. Incredible.
Include what could happen 10 years from now when my children are asking me why I posted this on the internet. The one thing that
I don't think anybody's gonna see that 10 years from now. Like unless somebody does like a YouTube video on it that like keeps this as a one big thing.
will confirm yes.
They might be fans of Rob and Dan. Hi, Ashley's kids. Do you imagine 10 years from now they're watching and they're like, holy fuck, this is so cool.
Oh, thank God my mom and dad had problems so these two could talk about it.
What I said was stupid, given that context, huh? Shut the fuck up. Oh, God damn it, I love you. You're fucking killing me today. You're fucking destroying me today.
I love you.
I love you too. I'm not taking it personally, but you're fucking destroying me.
Yes, my marriage is ending. There are two reasons you guys will not hear me.
All right, relax.
Good morning.
Oh no, not enough. See, this is the face zoom in.
We got our morning coffees. Where's
That
your
looks
coffee?
good, honestly.
Yeah.
So something I wanted to talk about really quick is
Is this the same video from before? Not the same video. Oh, okay. She's in a different outfit.
a little. Good morning.
Good morning.
We got our morning coffees. Where's your coffee? So something I wanted to talk about really quick is I've noticed there's been a lot of comments of people saying that I need to take a break from social media.
I thought she was just gonna move on and start doing content with her kid or something, which is iffy. But I don't think it's that bad if they're just doing coffee.
To get through this. And at first, that's what I was gonna do because there was so much on social media about me and it was so overwhelming and a lot of it wasn't even true. But remembering that I have the power to keep swiping if I do not want to see something.
Okay.
And I genuinely feel like having my platform and being on social media and being a content creator is my purpose. And I know people probably cringe when they hear that, right? Because
I do. It's my God. God made a TikTok just for me, motherfucker. Oh, I'm gonna come. Stop. Listen, take their advice. Shut the fuck up and get back to just putting hair gel on your hair or something.
social media.
Although I understand the mental and emotional rut of like not being in the right headspace to make content, you know?
Yeah.
So I can get that. Maybe that's why she's like, fuck it, this is all I feel like I can do right now.
Media is looked at in such a negative light. And absolutely, it can be so toxic.
Yeah,
but there's so many
like this
creators,
situation.
to include myself, that want to bring love and light onto social media. And the reach that you have on social media, especially with such a large platform, is so powerful. So yes, I have been sharing my emotions.
Look who commented on her video.
Who?
Michaela.
Who the fuck is Michaela? The makeup. Hey guys, I'm doing
Kim
makeup.
Kardashian. Sorry. Kim.
You just keep going.
I can't. I feel like it's too loud. I'm gonna hurt.
Do it. Do it again.
I can't really do it. Kim Kardashian. I love Michaela.
Didn't she marry a gay guy?
No.
Oh,
Cody is not gay.
My husband
That's me.
is gonna pick my full face.
Daniel, move on. Move on, Daniel. We stand Michaela in this house. Daniel.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Why are you crying? There's literally tears coming out of this man's eyes right now.
Kim Kardashian.
I'm sorry.
Baby, stop.
I'm sorry.
Stop.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Face of makeup. It's about to be an epic shopping
Daniel.
experience. All right, so each drawer is its own category. So essentially, all you have to do is pick out one item from each drawer. Oh, he's ready. All right, we're gonna start with setting spray. What do we got?
Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist.
All right.
Press play.
His teeth are very nice. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I wasn't looking in his mouth.
Yeah. I just wanted to see if it was a good depository.
Ew.
You might look nice in like a dress, you know?
Play the video.
Oh, shut up. Let's keep going.
Through something that's painful. And a lot of other people are going through the same exact thing. So I noticed some comments saying, hey, don't give these people the satisfaction that you're sad. Of course I'm
What?
sad. I'm a human. But if I can share my emotions while I'm going through this heartbreak that so many other people are going through,
Just
and if
laugh.
I can help other people doing so, and you guys have been helping me tremendously, you have no idea,
Yeah.
why not do that? Good morning.
I agree.
It's okay.
Hey, stop bullying.
You're bullying.
I'm not bullying.
You're being a bully.
That's not bullying. I'm not saying like he's a bad person or anything at all. I'm not even saying they can't be in love, but bro, come on.
Okay.
Stop talking about it.
For the next stream, I'm gonna bring. There's this girl on TikTok that I want to show you.
Okay, cool.
She wears a lock around her neck.
I don't know who that
and
is.
she's married to a gay man, legitimately.
Does she know he's gay?
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I know. We should look into her.
I don't think that there's anything wrong with marrying a gay guy as a straight woman.
I don't think so either. It would be fun.
You know, whatever. Like, what does marriage mean to you? You guys, as long as you guys are in love, who cares?
They would probably have a clean house.
Yeah, maybe they can move in with us. Is this the next one or no? Okay, go back.
Good morning. A little over a month ago, I had
Oh no, not feelings and thoughts. Shit.
a very clear vision of what my future looked like for my family and
She already
myself.
said this in
Something
the
that I've
car.
been working
Yup,
on
she did.
for years.
It would be
Being
nice if she didn't say it in front of her kid though. But hey,
a content creator and then creating combat gel.
I'm gonna tell you though, I don't like that color on her. The shirt is just not the right color for her. Okay, she's more of a green or like a purple, you know. But this yellow, it's just it's like it doesn't work. It's like me and with this shirt. It's like where does my skin start?
Maybe you're a little more to
We
the other side on the Kinsey scale.
Hey, we were talking about femboys before. What's the Kinsey scale?
The Kinsey scale
Yeah.
is a scale of 0 to 6.
How gay I am?
Yeah.
You want to see that? Do that as a segment?
We could do that.
Ooh, let's see how much dick I like. Boom.
Everything was just like piecing together. And I
Let's do
have
Wordle.
this beautiful
Oh yeah.
family that I've always wanted. A loving, supportive husband,
Yeah,
two
me too.
children that are absolutely gorgeous. I have one
Yeah.
boy, one girl.
Pretty
and
cool.
sometimes my life like didn't even
Hopefully
feel
we have
real
that.
because I'm like things are just too good. And I always felt like I had a little bit of imposter syndrome because I'm like,
Among Us.
this just doesn't feel right. I feel like
Isn't imposter syndrome when you feel like you don't deserve what you got?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but I feel like yeah, that's not imposter syndrome. You don't. And I'm not saying that she's even a bad person, but I don't either. Like, what am I doing? Like this is just like social media. I mean, it has its negatives, right? As Michaela will say, it's a lot of work. You know, but like also it's just it's like you're your own boss. It's better. So I don't think anybody deserves it. I don't know if there's anybody that's famous or rich that like deserves the amount of money or fame that they have.
I really don't think anybody deserves anything.
You know, except for you.
What do I deserve?
Better than me.
No.
I love you so much. We should make the Lego figures we got of ourselves in Disney. Fuck.
Let's just end this segment, please.
Something's gonna be taken from me. And that's exactly how I'm feeling now. I feel like somebody put a blindfold on me and then spun me around in a whole bunch of circles, took the blindfold off, and like, here's your new path. I know you didn't work for this. I know you didn't train for this. I know you've been training for that other path for years, but this is the path we're taking now. And by the way, millions of people are gonna watch you as you take this new path that you have no idea about. So I'm just going with the motions and putting one foot in front of the other, but this is not the path I wanted.
Yeah.
I had worked hard for this path. Every vision I had, every goal I had, every dream I had was at the end of that other path, the original path. I just really hope the universe knows what they're doing, because this path fucking
You know what I learned from this video? The universe is non-binary.
sucks. A little over a month ago,
You don't have to
I
pause
had
it to explain it.
They said they as the universe.
Good morning.
We're almost done.
It is
I think.
day 33. For those of you guys
put it at the top. How do I know?
who are commenting that like I've been so strong, I'm not even crying, trust me.
You won't shut the fuck up about it. You have not been strong about this.
The first 21 days, a mess. I didn't even realize my body could.
21 days and 6 hours.
21 days. In 21 days, this is all the tears I've collected from my eyes. Here's a glass. Like, I'm surprised we didn't get that.
Cry that much. But anyways, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is today I'm drinking my pre-workout. It is 6 something in the morning right now. 6:52 a.m. It's a Saturday. I'm drinking my pre-workout. I'm going to get a workout in this morning because it's been like a week. And I'm going to clean my house because it's a freaking mess. And I'm going to pack some orders. We're going to keep putting one foot in front of the other. That's all we can do. I read through my comments, and I know a lot of you guys are going through heartbreak right now. And
That's probably one of the things too when it comes to boundaries. Sorry, pausing because I know you wanted to just get this done, but I feel like that's part of it. Like reading through your phone, like all the time. She's probably constantly looking at like social media
Reinforcement.
bullshit. Yeah, but in general, with her, even when she was with her husband, she's probably just always on her phone. You know, kind of like my wife.
That's why I want to continue making these videos.
My wife
so
has
we
the
can-
alerts for her Instagram on. So the fucking yesterday when we were at like some party, like, the phone was in my pocket. It's like, holy moly.
Do you know why I have the alerts for my Instagram on?
No.
Because I'm like a normal person that has a personal Instagram where I don't usually get notifications. So if I have a notification on, it's very rare that I get it. Stop it.
Well, I didn't do anything.
do it together. So today, on day 33,
Okay.
don't get me wrong, I'm still very sad, but we're still going to get up and do the things that bring us happiness, do the things that make us succeed, and cope in a healthy way.
Okay.
Good morning.
Oh God, I hope this is that.
It's finally happening.
Oh, is this gonna be?
I'm gonna see if Combat Gel works on my type 4
Move
hair.
on.
These have been out.
I don't care about her product.
Good morning from my forehead and I, drinking my pre-workout.
That's
currently. I'm
actually
gonna do
very
my little
funny.
workout.
And why?
That was the funniest thing that happened in this whole segment.
Why?
Because she called attention to her 7 head.
Baby,
She said it.
baby, that's rude.
This morning, and also I spent all day yesterday packing orders. So right now I don't
Okay,
have
so far, so
consistent
good.
launch times. They're kind of
This is
sporadic.
all about
because-
her job.
Yeah, yes, but you know that because the views aren't very good. All right, this is it. I think we're
I'm
done.
just trying to get everything. Hold, check, and I try to ship them out with.
All right, we're done.
I'm over it.
We're done. We're
I
done.
honestly am so uninvested in this situation. I don't care about none of it.
Yep, we're done. Woo! All right, that's it. We're finally done. I hope there's no more updates.
That's my final thought.
Okay, thank you so much. That's it, folks. We're done with that. This whole thing's been, she's lost a little sympathy from us, I think. Hopefully there's no update. And even if there is, I don't think that we'll cover it because it doesn't matter to us anymore. This is stupid. It's stupid goosery. It's silly, stinky poop. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
So, we're good. Alrighty. Poggers. Pooger. Angus. You need a break right now, or do you want to do the next segment before a break? We can get the EDP segment out of the way and then take a break. I know you are super excited about the EDPs.
Well, yes, I love this topic.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to talk about it in like a second. I just want to check to see how my video is doing on my page. See if people are crying about it.
See? Notifications. That's the problem with social media's notifications. Because you get it sent to your phone and then you look at it and then you're like, oh, what are all these people saying? Then you're stuck in it. The camera is like flip flop. So like if I touch, yeah, see, it's, I don't know what's happening.
Some of the comments are just so stupid. Some of these people that are talking about the EDP thing. There's one big issue that they're having a problem with.
Well, do you want to get into it?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So the EDP445 segment. I think this is like the last time I'm gonna really cover this. This whole thing is just like a mess. I want to talk about. I know you don't have like a lot to say, so like I know you'll probably say a little bit more towards the end. But I wanted to go through like a quick little rundown. This is almost like a case study at this point of like how to act as how not to act when it comes to trying to put somebody that's very bad away. From the start, it's been like mishandled. It's been botched. There's a lot of people that are making content about EDP that's like, or they're trying to interact with him, but like not to actually do something impactful or effective. And I just want to talk about it from start to finish on all the different ways and everything like went weird. And I'm kind of like, I'm over it at this point. So let's start from the beginning. Just so people know, you know, if there is some kind of an update, this is for anybody who's watching the segment. This is a segment that's part of a stream, so like it might not be released for a few days. So like that's why
Today is September 10th.
Yeah. Yes.
2023.
And then I'll go address some people are complaining about one of the things I said and they're not correct. So I'll, you know. Anyway, here we go. Let's start from the beginning. So EDP445, really big. He was like a big like football YouTuber or some bullshit. Like he would be just loud, obnoxious. He had 2.5, I think he had 2.2 million followers on YouTube. He's actually pretty big.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, I know. He was memed a lot. People really enjoyed him. A couple people started to notice he was talking to people of an inappropriate age, 15, 16. He was like, you know, I think he was at 30. He was about 30 or a little bit more, a little less, give or take, is what some people say. Didn't really effectively set him up for that. They kind of like showed like, oh, he's talking to like this person, and they were like, oh, we don't care. People were downplaying it. They didn't really care until somebody set him up to talk to somebody who he thought was 13. That's where we really start the story. That situation was a mess for people who remember. He met up with this person with the intent to obviously sleep with them. He thought that they were 13. It was a decoy that was like, I think 18 or 19 years old. Whole big thing about 2 years ago, I believe. Like a year and a half, maybe. And there's pros and cons. The pro is that because of that video, he lost his platform, which reduces his ability to cause harm. The bad thing is that he probably could have been arrested if they worked with the police in an actual effective manner, and they didn't. And this is the first example of doing content before catching. To me, I think every content creator, obviously content is like part of the show, the business, right? We need to make money to have a career and longevity. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with making content or making money off of doing things. But when the primary focus becomes the thing, or it becomes the making money over doing the right thing, that's where we have a problem. Different people have different levels of this depending on what they do. I make commentary content, so if I decided to sell out and just say whatever I want, I thought people wanted to hear, that would be me prioritizing like clout over proper content, right? Content first, clout second. The stakes are higher for somebody who's doing predator catching videos, and so the way that they operated, they didn't get in contact with the police, which I think is very dangerous for people to do these types of videos without really getting in contact or working with the police actively through the whole thing. And he didn't get put away. I think that was a big misstep, especially since the other aspect of this is now he knows what to avoid. Mostly, I would say that it makes him better at doing this again, right? I'm sure that during the first time he was talking to the decoy, there were probably moments where he was like, oh, this was weird, this is weird, this is weird, this is weird. And he still went through with it, and he was like, I'll still go with it. And then he realized that it was a fake setup, or it was a setup. And so now, moving forward, he'll be more effective. From that point on, the positive was he lost his platform, but he was still, whatever. During this this period, a few different things happened. One, people kept trying to set him up to be talking to adults. It was weird. They would be like, oh, this girl says she's 19 and she was 19, or said she was 18 and she was 18, and then he would get caught talking to them, and then they would just be like, haha, fuck you, you're an idiot, EDP. I don't see that as productive, unless the only time that interaction should be happening with EDP is to get him put in jail. I don't see any productive aspect of interacting with him outside of that. All it does is it gives him license or the ability to reframe the narrative, right? Every time somebody falsely sets him up, and I understand 30 and 19 is weird, but it's legal. And so at the end of the day is every time somebody tries to set him up for that, all they're doing is allowing him to rewrite the past, right? And not everybody has to believe it for it to have enough of a rewrite. Only like one kid has to like downplay the original situation because they don't understand what happened. And that's what happens when this happened a couple of years ago. There are newer and newer people on the internet every day. Who are those people? Kids aging into the internet. They get on the internet, they see that there's EDP. They hear a story that's 2 years old that he was talking to a kid. Oh shit. Then they see 2 news stories of where he's talking to an adult and getting exposed. All of a sudden, oh, maybe this is all fake, and they start talking to him. And we've seen the way that he talks to people is he does use groomer language that tries to separate the child from their parents and get them dependent onto him, which is very dangerous. He has a lot of guns. He's threatening people now that are threatening that he's talking to and saying, like, give me your address in case something happens. He has an arsenal of guns, and that's like a literal thing. He has an arsenal. He has a lot of weapons. And so it's very irresponsible. There's also content creators talking to EDP, giving him a platform to downplay everything that he did. There was a bunch of people that were like, oh, EDP. And he's like, yeah, it was all fake, blah, blah, blah. And they're just sitting there glazing him. And whether they're trolling or not doesn't matter because their audience, because I watch one of these videos, they don't give him any pushback. They let him say whatever he wants to their audience. And even if their audience goes like, oh, this guy's still gross, haha, this is funny, it's memifying EDP. It's downplaying the dangerousness of this guy. Non-productive. And I just think it's irresponsible. It's just stupid. Then we move up to the Gideon situation. I know, frankly, I think the whole thing was operated super poorly from the start. You know, and I want to be very clear. No, he's not a bad person, but I want to be very clear about how this starts because like it's fucking insane. My understanding is there's a court date. He might go to jail. I hope he does. I hope he gets put away. And even if he does, though, there's still things to look back and go like, I wish I didn't do this, and this. And the first thing is that Gideon tried to have a conversation with EDP on his Discord, not to set him up for anything, just to have a chat and fuck with him. I don't care about fucking with EDP, but again, all we're doing is memifying him. Not a positive thing. Invited EDP into his Discord. EDP never would have joined the Discord without Gideon introducing him to the Discord. EDP never talked to Gideon, but guess what happened? EDP now has access to a bunch of little kids that he gets to talk to, and he talked to one of them. He talked to a 15-year-old girl. It's irresponsible to talk to EDP and introduce him to your audience like that. Why would like that? That's irresponsible. Number one, is it intentional? No. Number two, then he reached out to a 15-year-old girl. Right now, from what we heard, now people are very upset with me because I say they used a 15-year-old as a decoy. Like, no, that's not the case. It is half true. I need you to understand. I remember Gideon saying that they got permission from the mom, which means that communicates to me, yes, which I guess is somewhat responsible, but bizarre. The mother should have never let their kid do that. But that communicates to me that at some point in this catch scenario, he reached out and talked to the mom and the girl about what they're going to do moving forward. That moment, what needed to happen? Hey, we're going to take it from here. We'll take it from here. I think it's irresponsible. A 15-year-old was effectively used as a decoy. But either way, because of the way that social media is with EDP, where it's constantly setting people up in mostly unproductive ways, we now have 15-year-olds feeling encouraged to go along with this stuff. Ideally, what she should have done was just stay out of it. And it seems like it's working out well, and that's great. But parts of it didn't. Like, for instance, he talks about how he told her, what's your address? Because if you fuck with me, I'm gonna kill you. That's what he said to her. Something along those lines. She didn't give her address, thankfully. She gave her ex-boyfriend's address to him. Okay, so now we're potentially harming another 15-year-old boy, right? Now we're potentially harming another person. Irresponsible. It seems like we're hyping it up, and now people are actively going out of their way. And I understand he reached out to her, but still, this is very irresponsible. So we have an introduction to Gideon's audience because of Gideon. Then another 15-year-old could have gotten put in the line of fire, so to speak. Somebody else might get harmed. And then it all leads up to what happened now is she came forward too early and potentially risked some situations. It pissed off Gideon. He didn't want that to happen. And it might have thrown a wrench in everything. Then once she did come forward, what ended up happening? He came forward, but Gideon made content out of it. Instead of just coming forward and waiting until, I think it was September, whatever, for the video to come out, where it was very professionally done because he worked with another guy named like Skeeter, who works with the cops. He started putting out clips, this, that, of like, oh, he hopped into a Discord, he fucked with EDP. That now goes against YouTube's terms of service, which I agree with, which is you cannot make a predator catching video without having a police presence in your video, which is what should happen because the police don't want people doing it without a police presence. And if he had just released the video instead of like making a bunch of content out of it, he wouldn't have gotten a 1-week ban on a community guideline strike. right? And so like all these different things, even like that now gives EDP like the ability to be like, see, they're bullying and harassing me. YouTube even said so. All these things were just done unprofessionally. And I think like irresponsibly, people could have gotten hurt. Even if she had the intention of setting EDP up, she could have gotten scared and decided to just go along with it because she didn't want to get harmed. It's just not good. The whole thing was botched from the start. And that's what I feel like is like, that's what the conditions are surrounding this EDP situation are. It's just like trying to make content. And we've all talked about EDP, but just explicitly trying to hang out with him or meet, to talk to him, to make content, unless it's with a police presence, it just never should be done. It's that's what it comes down to. And a picture of the video leaked. No, a picture of the video didn't leak. He legitimately leaked a picture of the video, just to be clear. So this is the problem. I think that if there needs to be, I think that frankly, and it's a weird time for YouTube to implement this policy, to be like no predator catching without cops, but it's a good policy because I think moving forward you're only going to see professional predator catchers. So that would have been the right way to go. And yeah, I think that it was just like a fucking mess from the start. Again, hopefully he goes to jail. Overall, hopefully it's a positive thing. If EDP doesn't go to jail for this, he's just going to feel more empowered. But let's hope he goes to jail. But either way, there's multiple spots that got irresponsible. And I feel like there's too much of like a weird like meet up and hang out with EDP content focus going on. So yeah, that's all. That's what I wanted. What do you got? What do you look like you're done with the situation?
No, and it's not that. And I see people being like, oh, like, Rob, not Mama, Rob does not care about the situation, blah, blah, blah. And, like, it's not that I don't care. It's that I don't think that this is a topic that I really want to, like, speak about my true feelings on.
Okay,
all right, and that's like we were saying in our last segment, like dangling like the flag, right, or whatever. Yeah. Like, oh, I'm not gonna talk about something, but yeah, no, like straight up, like I'm not going to talk about my opinion thoroughly on this. I'm just not gonna share it. What I will say though is that I don't think that any of these people making videos is doing it to get EDP in trouble, like for the reasons to protect kids that he might be talking to. They're making these videos and doing this so that they could be the ones to say that they got it.
Okay, I agree.
So that's all I'm
You think
really
that their
gonna say.
intentions are just not like we should try to get somebody taken down. It's more of like, oh, I just want to be the one to bust
I want to
EDP.
be involved.
No, fair enough. I guess we're all a little guilty of that because we've all made EDP videos.
Yeah, we're making content about it right now. You know, putting our 2 cents in, but that's why I said what I said, because like I'm not all about this.
No, just go ahead.
I'm not terminally online.
Okay.
I'm not like, when I say things like, yeah, like it's stupid because like I'm just talking to like a screen and other people are watching me while they're at home, right?
Yeah, sure.
But like when I'm saying stuff like genuinely, and like the conversation that we have and me sharing my thoughts is because I want to be like thought provoking, and it comes from like, I do talk from my own experience and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to do something to have my name out there.
I understand what you're saying. It's like we want to talk about what we want to talk about, and if that puts us out there, that'd be awesome. But like, you don't want to be put out there.
I don't have an agenda.
Yeah, and I think
I don't have an agenda, and I think that having an agenda is
just say what you want to say.
Stupid. I think the people doing this is stupid.
Okay. Yeah, like you think they're making content out of it first. It doesn't seem like they necessarily
I think it's ridiculous, and I'm very curious about this whole situation, and we'll talk about it more privately, but I'm curious if because of how things went, if that mother is going to get in trouble.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, that would be because now all of the stuff is gone because you made multiple videos about it, and so they may not even have the proof anymore that he said that. Which, by the way, I mean, I don't want anybody like that to get in trouble. I just want EDP to get taken away and be done with it. But yeah, no, you're right. I mean, like, you're right. I don't think that anybody really cares.
No.
About EDP at this point.
I don't think anybody really cares about a lot of things nowadays. Everyone talks about their trauma, everything to fit in.
To elicit a response, to get people to feel bad for them, to sympathy the pull. And it is interesting because EDP is a predator, and like you've seen the language he uses. He is a dangerous person. He's disgusting. But at this point, you know, and I'm part of the problem too, because even making content, it just kind of memifies it. You know, even if I'm like, this guy's like, I can't, and a lot of the content I'll make is criticizing other people, where they'll like downplay what EDP did, or they'll set him up for a fake catch that was like, oh, you thought you were talking to a 19-year-old? Guess what? You still were. And it's like, that's not productive.
No.
It's just like, can we get another headline of EDP exposed for this, EDP exposed for that? You know,
This isn't. Yeah, this is. I think that this is more about trying to create the situation that gets him in trouble,
you know,
rather than like looking out for society, I guess.
yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I think it's perfectly fine if somebody wanted to like try to plant a decoy to get EDP talking to them in some capacity and then set him up for something. But the way this one happened, where it was he reached out to
I don't think it is okay for people to be doing that. If you are sitting at home and like you don't have like a job with like
that is their job
with like an established people meant to catch predators.
Okay,
you
gotcha.
should not be doing that.
Yeah, well, there are people that do that. Like, and some people do that with content in the right professional way. Am I?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If like
that's
fucking
what I'm
Joe
saying.
Schmo shouldn't wake up and be like, oh, I really like these videos. I'm gonna do it by myself.
No, it should be somebody that works. And my understanding is the Skeeter guy that EDP, Gideon worked with, like, but not like at some. From what Gideon said, he's like, oh, this girl reached out to me and told me this, that, and the other thing, and we talked to the mom, and mom said she was okay with it, and then I reached out to this guy Skeeter Jones, and then he helped me from there. So it's not like it was being facilitated from the start. It's a mess. If somebody like that was like, we're going to intentionally set him up to catch him and make content out of it, that's great. I don't think that there's an issue making content, but it seems like it's more about, for a lot of these other situations, it's like, it's a second thought to do it the right way. You know?
I mean, okay, so like kind of moving away from him specifically, but still on the topic, you don't think that there's like a problem with making content out of it?
I think the problem with making content out of it is that it could potentially lead the person making the content to sensationalize or do it in an inappropriate way to maximize profit. But I don't think that fundamentally there's an issue with making content out of it if it's still done with like a professional means. It's facilitated professionally.
My thing is like, even like Chris Hansen to Catch a Predator, right?
I think that he did.
That's a form of entertainment, though. Why are we being entertained by this?
I mean, the better question is like, why doesn't our police department have the resources to deal with pedophiles, or why don't we have the mental health structures and resources to deal with pedophiles better?
Oh, 100%, but that's two different conversations.
Well, I would argue that this is subsidizing that issue.
Why?
Because I think that there are unfortunately some aspects of these situations that they're currently not fixed to the right degree, and there are potentially alternative means to engaging with these types of scenarios. So it's like, okay, the police aren't super effective, but if we can capitalize off of it, we can effectively make content to catch predators to stop them doing stuff. That makes sense?
I don't think so, because I thought you were going one way, and then
Which way do you think I was going?
I thought you were saying that you were like, they talk to these people, and it basically like, I guess, teaches about people that are like trying to predatorize children. I thought that's what you were saying.
Like you were saying, it raises awareness for people to see some of the.
I thought that's what you were saying.
I was saying that as long as
I don't think that's true. I thought
no, I don't think that's true either. I think that it fills like a gap. I think that like where there are some predators that are online successfully meeting up with and molesting children, and this is a way to stop them from doing that. And like you can't do something like that for free because it can be a lot of work to set up a decoy and X, Y, and Z. And
so you're saying that its existence acts as a threat.
I'm saying I'm saying that the fact that people can make content out of it, if done the right way, allows people to dedicate a full-time job to catching predators trying to talk to like 13-year-olds like 40 or 50 years old. And so they wouldn't be able to do that without the content. part of it.
Oh, because they need to be funded in order to do it, and if they weren't funded by the entertainment aspect, then they couldn't do it, and therefore there would be no intervention. Is what you're saying?
Yes.
Now I understand what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. I think that there needs to be very specific guidelines, and working with the police is like number one guideline for me. And YouTube, I think, is doing a great job with their new policy, which is implemented weirdly, and I don't think they should have given anybody a community guideline strike for it, but they should have taken it down. I understand that. But a policy saying unless there's a police presence in your capture video, you cannot make these videos anymore. I think that that's perfectly reasonable and fair. So, as long as they're working with police, because like people bring up entrapment, I don't understand the full capacity of that, but the police would be the ones that would have a better understanding of what you can and can't do for an entrapment scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Do you have anything else to say?
No.
Yeah, I I know people are probably going to be upset about some of the ways that this situation is framed, I guess, but I really don't care.
Cry about it.
Because I really do feel like I'm happy YouTube's doing something about it. That's all I could say. I think that implementation of that rule is going to be profoundly positive for this situation. It's going to make the less professional individuals just fall out of existence, and it's going to make the more professional individuals rise to the top and garner the engagement they should be able to garner. Because again, I think you can make content out of these things as long as there is a professional boundary that's being enforced. You know? So, yeah. Among Us BAWLS. Incredible stuff. I thought that because we're done with the segment, but I thought that your commentary was good, by the way. I know that you're nervous, I guess, but like...
Well, I didn't say everything I had to say. Like I said, I'm not going to.
Okay. You want to turn the mic off for a second and tell me what you mean?
No.
Okay. All right.
Wait, could you go back for a second?
Yeah, what's up?
There was a video I wanted to see.
What?
Oh, did you watch that? You should watch that.
This?
Yeah.
I'm going to. It just came out today.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it tomorrow probably on stream.
I'm busy tomorrow. I won't be able to tune in.
Boo, you stinky little goose. All right, cool. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Seems like talking about him or anything is exhausting.
Yeah, it is exhausting. I'm exhausted after that conversation because I know that like people aren't going to listen necessarily. Not everybody's going to listen to what we actually said, and it's going to be fucking annoying.
No, because they're in it for entertainment.
Yeah. Okay, that's not what I wanted. But yeah, I think for me, it's like a big reason I stepped away from doing a lot of like these really intense topics. Because you remember, I used to like when I used to like the Joe rope catch and shit. Like I would use like chain smoking cigarettes.
Yeah,
that shit fucked me up. When I would talk about this stuff, when I would get like really deep into like the predator exposed stuff, and I was really personally connected, I was smoking so many cigarettes, and I eat a lot anyway. But I would binge eat horrible food.
But that's the thing is because like you do not talk about things for entertainment purposes. Like you like genuinely are invested and want to like investigate for yourself and find out like what the truth is and like okay, like what is my opinion on this thing, like morally, like where does it fall in like legally, like how should we react as a society to this thing happening.
Yeah. And
like you're not just in it for like Pop a gut on Kevin talking to Claire when she's 12.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, because I don't want. It's hard. It's stressful, and like then people get upset with you if you don't say what they want to hear. You know, it's because that's how it started. I remember with the Gemini thing. It started with him, and like he was 19. He slept with a 15-year-old, which is really not. It's not good. And then he like blamed her for it instead of just like apologizing or whatever. And then found out that he raped the girl. He got kicked out of school for battery. He was doing a bunch. Holy fuck. You know, and then there's a Tony Lopez kid that talked to like a 16-year-old at 20, and it's like then he was like, "Oh, sorry," and he stopped. And it's like these are not the same. And people are like, why aren't you going after this guy the same? Because he didn't rape a fucking girl. This is like a drunk TikToker came for. It's like this, and he didn't kick out of school for bad. Like you know what I mean? I think it's inappropriate behavior, but like it's not a predator. You You know, and it's like people want you to have the same, and that's corrupts you. It's like you have a really big thing, and if you know
if you don't react the right way, it's like it makes you question yourself. But it's just social media.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Papa got once read a chat comment from a minor. He's basically a groomer. Yeah, true. Tobbs is terminally online behavior syndrome. It's funny. Somebody said it in our chat or something the other day, and my wife's like, "What the hell is Tobbs?"
Oh, there was 2 comments on YouTube like, "Oh, don't encourage Rob to get Tobbs or whatever," and when I had to Urban Dictionary it because I was like, "What is that?" and it came up as Tiggle Bitties, and I was like, "Why would they be saying that?"
Yeah, I coined it. It's like terminally online behavior syndrome. It's like a silly thing that I'm saying. You know what I mean?
That's silly.
So yeah, but yeah, that segment burned me out a little bit. It just it's fucking crazy. You know, I guess that's one of the reasons why I moved for this new platform, to like almost disconnect myself from that kind of shit. I haven't like felt that way in a long time. So I think I also like decided to not like try to emotionally engage with anything anymore.
Yeah, because when
Like,
you are on social media, you have to have boundaries.
I emotionally engaged a little bit in this last EDP segment, though. Like, I felt like I cared about what I was saying, and it just made me like, well. So I'm just taking a breather. So
why Rob and Dan and not Dan and Rob?
Comes first, baby.
Because which sounds better, Rob and Dan?
Yeah, this is my wife's channel, and then it's our channel now. I remember. Do you remember? Do you want to talk about that? Like how we first started our channel? Would that be a cute little thing to do? Or
you can talk about it. I don't know what the story is, really.
Do you want to talk about it? I think I want to do it. It doesn't have to be a segment, but I'm like in the mood for it.
Let's lighten it up for you, Daddy.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, let's talk about why we did the channel together in the first place, and what were the motivations for it? Because it's something that's fun for me. I was talking earlier in the podcast about really enjoying making content with you, and we can take these off, yeah. And this is Jesus. It's like I'm hearing colors now that I've turned off my earbuds. It's so bizarre. I can see why you only put them in one ear.
Yeah.
I was talking earlier about this content makes me feel much more fulfilled. It makes me feel a lot more fulfilled in my content. I feel like there's better purpose to this, and it doesn't stress me out like other content does. We were just talking about how I would get very emotionally invested into some content that would like really get me, like burn me out, and I would engage in really bad habits, whether coping habits and whatnot. But I like this. I like this podcast a lot with you. Because number one, more than anything else, is because you're very intelligent, and I respect you a lot, and I respect your opinions, and you push back on me. And we have
I do.
We have a lot of good fun when we talk about stuff, and you give me like different perspectives that always like I think it's every stream that you're blowing my mind. You're like, oh my god! I would go like, what? You know? I go, what? Like last week we were talking about how this there was a trans man. And I know maybe it seems silly, but the trans man got like jumped by the trans man's girlfriend's brothers, and so she disconnected from them. And one thing you said was like, it's so silly, it's so ridiculous. These people are so hateful, they're dumb, because these people like now they think that that's a woman, and now they're hitting a woman, and it's like, oh shit, like I didn't think of it like that. And typically speaking, like that's supposed to be a core value to being a man, is don't hit women. Like, and it's just like very interesting. It's like that kind of stuff like that like, oh shit, blows my mind. And you say stuff like that all the time that makes me go like, wow, I didn't think of it like that. Before in the Ash.e.e. segment, you were like, you know, she's doing this in front of her kid. I didn't even think of it like that. So I really enjoy that and appreciate that. I think people like you a lot. They really enjoy you. I think it's partly because you just speak very bluntly, and you're like a normal person on the internet. And so I have a little bit of Tobbs. Terminally online behavior syndrome, and that's another thing. You keep me very grounded, and I think that's the only reason I'm as successful as I am. And I think I'm decently successful. I'm able to make a full-time career out of this. Mm-hmm. Most people can't, and even if I'm not like 10 million subscribers, I'm still able to make a good amount of money, enough for us to live and have kids and raise kids on with the two of our jobs. But I'm able to facilitate content. I'm able to show you content, and you're just like, hey, this is this, and then it keeps me grounded, and I'm able to have that grounding for when I make content, and I speak my opinion, and you're able to be like, no, stick to that opinion, because this is what happens. You'll have one disagreeable take, it doesn't matter what it is, and people will shit on you, and it'll make you go, oh man, I should change my mind.
I don't even think that it's that, though, because I think that it gaslights you to be like, am I wrong?
Yeah, that's what it is. Like people are gaslighting you to think it's wrong. It's like this whole group think thing, but it's like everybody's afraid a little bit of saying the wrong thing, and that's what. And then some people do. Of course, there are people who just want to see saying the right thing. So, I really liked it, and I remember we were on a vacation. It was my last band. Well, it wasn't the last one. It was.
Okay, so
it was for my birthday.
It was his birthday weekend,
and I didn't want to do anything because I wanted to work.
And we love Lancaster,
Pennsylvania. Yep.
Yeah, and I think I was asking you to go, and you were like, no.
I wanted to work.
And then you got banned.
I got banned.
And you finally said, like, fuck it, we'll go.
And then they ended up unbanning me after like 4 or 5 days because it was a wrongful ban, which was nice, but still bullshit. And we decided to go, and it was like the first time in a long time that I took a step away from content. And I think that was the first time I was like, holy fuck, I have to set a more proper boundary with my content. Like, that was huge. I forgot. Like, that was really big. I was like, fuck. Like, I am so, almost obsessed with content.
There's a lot that goes on in here.
Yeah.
And that's one of the nice things, too. And I think this doesn't really have to do with Rob and Dan, but just more about, like, our marriage. And I know we talk about that a bit. Is that, like, we really do. We've talked about how we have great communication.
We do.
But part of that communication is that we let each other into here.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important.
Yeah, we do have like that very
like you let me, and like I'll ask you, I'll be like, what are you thinking about? Or he'll be like quiet and I'll be like, are you in your head? And he'll usually say yes, and then I give it, because I could read him well. Like once,
sometimes I want to be in my head, sometimes I want to talk about it. And part of it, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
I was gonna say part of it too for both of us is that a lot of times we perseverate over the same stuff. Over not necessarily the same between each other, but the same stuff. So it's like I'm really feeling down about I'm not doing as well as I think I should be doing, and that's not just a singular thought. We talk about it and it's done. It's like I have the same thought the next day. The next day I'm okay. The next day I have the thought again, and it just starts to stew. And one of the things is it can get really annoying for your partner to stew on one topic over and over and over again, or one thought or one feeling, and so then you don't want to express it because you feel like they're gonna hate you for expressing it, and then. But you got to get it out, and we're at a point now where I'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, like it's the same stuff again, but I want to talk about it." And I just need to say the same things, and I just need more positive, what is it called, affirmation. And I even will ask you, like, "Are you being genuine, or just trying to shut me up?" And she's always being genuine.
I've never like not told you the truth about content.
Yeah, I just have to ask, and then you do some of the similar stuff too about some. I know, I feel like we have a good communication, and sometimes it's the same thing, and we persevere,
and
we do a really good job with that. But like, yeah.
But so on that trip, like there was just a lot of like reflection and discussion, and it's like what, like a 3.5 hour drive?
Yeah, maybe 4. So we're going the way and back, and I remember on the way up, or at some point I was like, we should do something together.
I think it was on the way up because that trip we did a vlog.
We did. It was our first vlog. Yeah, we ended up vlogging, and I was like, I would like to make a podcast, and it's evolved, or I want to make a channel. And it's evolved a bit from what it was. I think in a good direction.
I think that, I guess this is like out of order a little bit, but like because we made a lot of we had like a lot of negotiation when we decided like we were going to do something together.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like, I don't want to do what you do. Like, that's not going to make me happy. If we try to make like basically a second version of what he does for his like full-time work, like I'm going to burn out and this isn't going to last because I don't want to do that. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Here's the type of content I like. This is what I want to make. This is what I want to do. And that's how we started like with the vlog stuff because that's what I like.
She looked, what is it, Chris Clemens?
Yeah, Chris Clemens.
You like Christopher Clemeninos a lot.
Yeah.
And so you were like, I want to do something this is like falling off. That's along the lines of like what Chris Clemens does. And what he does is he has a channel where he does a podcast, and then he also does like a vlog once a week. And that's how we started. And it just kind of didn't work out because we didn't have a whole lot to vlog
because we're like, I'm a working woman. Like we're not doing something exciting all the time. We tried to do a weekly vlog. We did it for a little bit and it just became like too much because there wasn't really stuff going on.
Keep talking.
But I don't know what else you wanted to share about like our channel. But yeah, there was just like a lot of negotiation, like boundaries of things that I didn't want to talk about, and boundaries of things that like if things started to go a certain way, this is when I would call it quits.
And also like I am very thick-headed. and I'm very, this is the way things have to be done. And by the way, thank you so much for the $5 from Bon Sauce.
Thank you, Bon.
Saucy. Sauce way. And I don't say that because I'm a piece of shit, because she keeps me in line. And it might be my ADHD, but like I have like a thought about something, and if it doesn't go that way, I get upset. And then I need time to shut the fuck up.
But it's funny because I'm the same exact way. But what's good for us is that we're that way for like always two completely separate things.
Yeah. But we're really good. So like you this is what I'm talking about. This is like we could be hard to be with. I want to do this. I'm not, and you're just like, I'm not going to do that. And if we do it, I'm just not going to do the channel. And so I get angry for a few seconds, and I'm good with my anger. I think I've been doing really well.
You're so good.
I get angry, and I breathe through it, and I go, I'm angry, which is okay, but I don't have really the right to be angry, right? And I'll even tell her. I'll be like mad sometimes, and I'll be like, I know I'm not allowed to. I know I don't deserve to be angry right now, but I am. Right? It is what it is. And then I go, okay. And a lot of that was over topics. You were like, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about that. This is not something I want to do. I want to do this. I want to do that. And we were able to like set boundaries. It took us like 3 hours, and we were just like talking, and we were having a really good conversation, and it was like really great. And I was excited, and I get very excited about things, right? I get fucking super excited. I'm like, okay, and then we can do this, and I'll do this, and I'll do it. And we made the channel, and it started off a little bumpy, but it wasn't bad. We did the couch thing, and then it got like a little funky because you kind of wanted to set the pace for the podcast, but you didn't feel like you were coming up with content that would be entertaining.
I'm good at talking.
Your input is very great, it's valuable, and we do well with each other, because you see I talk a lot. So I pause the video. This is how I have to do it. And you know that. I need to, sometimes I'll say, hold on a second, could I just say something? Because I'll forget. Again, probably the ADHD. I'm not trying to say that to being like, guys, by the way, I'm not saying that because it's okay, but it's like kind of like the way that I am. So she understands, and she's not dumb, so she remembers. But that's like, I'll pause the video, I'll make comments, I might say something to her. She'll be like, finish the video. She gives her the more educated take. We bounce that off of each other. I think it's really great. What was I saying?
What was he saying, guys?
I just fucking...
We started on the couch, and I can't put together...
Yeah, it was rough for you. So we took a break. And we stopped making content for
I think it also had to do with COVID.
Oh shit, we got COVID.
Because we did
got COVID.
I have 4 different like vlogs in my phone that we just never posted. I did a month-long self-care vlog.
Yeah.
And we just never finished putting it together.
Yeah. By the way, thank you so much for the $2 from Taylor Made. It's like what? It's like this. It's like a heart.
You see the kids now, they do something weird. This is how we do hearts. Now kids do something
like owl eyes or something. I know what you're talking about. Like it's a different heart.
They do something weird. Oh yeah,
it's like this or something. Yeah,
That's
It's weird.
Stupid.
But anyway, we did get COVID, and it threw a wrench in there. And we got to a point where we started talking about, okay, well, we wanted to get back into it. I think it was partially because it was a money thing. Part of it for me was like, I really wanted to do so. I was feeling super unfulfilled in my content. I was like, what am I doing? I don't want to be talking about dumb bullshit forever. It doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't give me a purpose. I felt more of a purpose at my last job, where I was cleaning shit and piss off of buses, because I was cleaning it for the old people to get around and disabled people. And I was like, that made me feel, the job was annoying, but it made me feel good. There's a purpose to the job. Yeah, it's shitty work. One time there was a whole log of poo I had to pick up. It was incredible. Inside out paper bag. But I could feel fulfilled from a job perspective. I just didn't feel respected at my job. And here, it's like, okay, this isn't fulfilling. Talking about this bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And it's also hard to set that boundary to not get super emotionally invested. And so like part of it was like, I want to do something with my wife. I really like doing stuff with her. People love you. And then we already had the podcast channel. And that's when we started to talk about, hey, what if we live streamed? And
no, we didn't start talking.
You
started talking about it because I didn't want to live stream.
No, you didn't want to live stream. But I was like, listen, I want to live stream once a week and then make the clips independent videos and post them up. And you were like, no, you're just basically double posting content. I don't want to do that. I said, I don't think that's true. We have the main live, and we had this whole debate about it. And by the way, it's going well. I think that you agree.
It's going well, but I would confidently say that if I was running my own channel, I would still not do it. that way.
And that's the beauty of us working together. You were very intelligent, but I'm a little better at. This is I know what I think that this is probably more effective. Right, like you watch Chris Clemens. Oh, blah, blah. This I don't know. You see a lot of people doing stuff like this, and I think that we're doing it great. We make our podcast and we release one segment per day, so it's like we have, depending on how it's different audiences, different. Some people want live streams, some people want podcasts, some people want to watch videos, some people want to watch. And so this has been working really well. And we started it, and the first couple of weeks it was a little janky, but we were after the first week we had a little fight.
I was just gonna say we fight about this like once a month.
Not anymore. We've been doing great. We had a fight because you didn't like some of the content that was being brought to the table. You felt like it was too much watching stuff, and there wasn't enough talking about something.
Yes, and then you get irritated with me,
okay,
with
yes,
the way I
mad.
express.
Well, you are very
because
blunt.
and like I express things, and I have a easier time expressing what I'm unhappy with, but I have a hard time finding out like what would make me happier.
What are the solutions? That's a woman problem. She can tell me her problem, but she can't tell me a solution. And I'm sensitive. I'm a little sensitive sometimes. So I remember I was in the shower. We were talking about that. I got mad at you.
Oh yeah.
And but what did I do? I came out of that like the next week, and you liked the content that I brought to the table. I did a better job of finding content that you would appreciate and that you liked and you found entertaining and fun and stimulating, and we slowly became a couples channel. Like originally we were just a couple doing commentary. Now most of our commentary is on relationship shit. And I like it. We organically we got to this point, and
I think we're good where we are now.
I like where we are, and I think we're just getting a little better. I think we're getting more professional, we're getting better. More people are tuning into the podcast.
Yeah, and as the summer's ending, it's going to what?
It's going to be more popular than me. I want that.
Like we're going to be doing work on our house, which is going to allow us to do more.
We do have offline videos coming too.
Stuff. So
yeah.
One video we're going to make that I'm really excited for, but we just haven't done it because I've been really busy. Is I'm going to show him like the YouTube videos that I. Jesus Christ. He chokes all of the time.
Fine.
I always tell, like, when he's eating that he needs to be on an eating protocol. Are you okay? That was a big one. Are you okay?
They call it sea lung.
Wrong pipe?
You didn't like my pirate joke?
I'm, like, scared right now. Are you okay?
I don't know what you're talking about. I just farted.
Well, shut off your mic and cough hard.
So guys, if you're a pale person and you ever wondered how to get some color in your skin, just inhale water and it's like natural suntan, like a natural tan will come out.
Did you put your mic back on?
Yeah. I'm better now.
You're better now that you got the big one out?
Yeah. Hey, better than the one time I inhaled a small piece of chicken nugget and I was coughing on my couch for like 10 minutes. Remember that?
Oh my God.
Because like part of I have tics. So like some of my tics while I'm eating are like to inhale, like and like inhale.
No, you set that one off probably.
And then and then I'm sorry. Okay, now all of them are going off. And then sorry, it's like a tic thing. It's like and then like I have to do like a whole thing.
Damn. He chokes all the time.
Let's move on.
I was saying that he's 5 years older than me, so like that's not like a big difference right now, but like when you're younger it is. So like I have a whole bunch of YouTube videos that I watched growing up that like he's not on his radar at all. So we're gonna make an offline video of me showing him all those videos, and it's stuff like Fred, where's the chapstick, like stuff like that. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. But because I want to get to the next thing. I'm really looking forward to this video here about the moving out boyfriend thing. But to end it off, like I've been really into the podcast and I've been having a lot of fun. We've been doing well. We're gonna open up another account and put the earnings from this into that account. It's gonna be for like our kids. And if it takes off a lot, then we'll obviously use it differently. But like for now, you have a job, I have a job, which is mine is YouTube, and yours is your real adult job. And then this money will go into a savings account. And we'll just let it sit there. Maybe we'll put it in like an investment account or something. It's been great, and I've been really enjoying it to the point where like I started doing clip work. And I've always done it here or there, but like I don't love my own content, and I I will do a lot of edgy jokes, and my content is more intelligent than that, I think. But I represent it with like edgy jokes on TikTok, and it doesn't draw the right audience. And so we decided to do it here, and we both will rewatch it, and you'll give me notes for what you want to make a clip, and I always come up with the same. I've been getting better at cutting up clips too, right? I watch through the whole thing, clip, show it to you, and like I'll have like 30 or 40 clips per stream, and you'll be like, okay, we knock it down to like 20. And I've been getting better at that, and I've been enjoying that. It's a lot of work, but I've been really, holy fuck. Jesus Christ.
Wow, Sauce.
Thank you so much for $50.
Sauce
You really don't have to
Jones.
donate that much money. Jesus Christ. You guys are too generous. I really appreciate that. But you don't have to donate that much money. I love you guys. I appreciate it. If you want to become a member,
We appreciate
that's
that
awesome.
as well.
But that's a lot. Hey, as long as you got the money, I appreciate it. But if you guys don't have the money, please don't donate that much money to us. But thank you so much. I really genuinely appreciate that. My wife is happy. She doesn't show excitement particularly well, but
Thank you for supporting us.
She appreciates. I could tell she appreciates it a lot.
Can I talk about that for a second,
Go
though?
ahead.
That's something that in our past content, like, has been what is it called? When you give feedback.
Sure. Criticism?
A criticism of mine is that I don't react hard enough. Did I talk about this last week?
What?
I don't know if I talked about this on stream already. If I did, excuse me. I think it might have just been a husband-wife conversation. But one of the reasons why I don't, like, react so hard. Now, AVMU, thank you for the $5 donation.
And by the way, if you do donate, we love to read your message. And thank you so much again for Sauce, for Sauce, Sauce Jones. Not much, but I love this podcast. With a grinning face and a heart. I know I say that every time, but here's to 30K subs soon. Right? That'd be cool. Sorry, what were you saying? Thank you so much,
But,
guys.
like, I'm a social worker, and I think just naturally, like, I'm a very, kind of, like, plain reactor person. Like, when I was in
I think that's a
dance
really
class,
positive thing for your job.
It is, and I'm gonna say that. But, like, when I was in dance class when I was little, like, when they would play freeze dance for fun at the end, I'd go sit down. And when they were done playing freeze dance, I would join them again to end the class. Like, I'm not, I'm not like this, like, crazy, like, person.
Expressive.
So, and also, like,
Well,
I'm a
you do get crazy sometimes.
Yeah, but it's different.
But
it's for
with
you.
me, it's when you have that wall down.
Yes,
but
and,
I
like,
love
I'm
it.
a social worker.
I love it when you get so giddy when it's like, oh, baby, we're going to Disney.
I
she
skip.
Gets so, and she will cry.
I do
She will
cry. I
skip
cry
through
and
the
I
house
skip,
she
and
will
I cut my
cry.
hands.
Yeah, I love her, and I love it when she does that. It makes me feel good. But
like, imagine if, like, you went to a social worker
Yeah.
and you were telling them, like, what's an example of a story?
like you say it's something that was horribly traumatic that happened to you, and they're like,
and I was like, oh, they did that. I can't believe it. Like, no, like,
That's
if you
unprofessional.
tell me that, like, when you were little, like, your best friend, like, took a bag of Skittles and shoved them all up your nose and then pushed you down stairs, like, I would just sit there and be like, wow.
You
like,
need to have from a professional perspective, hearing a very horribly traumatic situation needs to be met with, like, taking it in without trying to guide that person's emotions.
Yeah.
Because whether it's intentional or not, if you have a horrible high reaction, you might be doing a bad thing to their scenario. That might make them feel like it's like something happened to somebody. They're feeling some type of way about it, and now they're there to talk to you about it. And you need to listen to it, hear it, digest it in a second, and then talk to them. Because if somebody tells you something really fucked up that happened and you go, oh my God, that's horrible, that could make them feel like it was even worse.
Mm-hmm.
You can, and if you react like, okay, whatever, that'll make them feel like you're not listening. So you need to hear it and go like, okay, like, I'm hearing what you're saying, and like, I'm going to digest that. And that's what you need to, why are you smiling? That's what you need.
Because I love you. You're cute.
I love you. I listen to everything you tell me. I listen to everything this woman tells me. And that's why it's professional. And so that's why I talk about, like, don't be over affirming or under affirming. So when people, like, will shit on you, like, why didn't you react really hard to this thing that this person did? We got that, like, a while ago. Because she's not drawing with crayons still. Like you are, you fucking kid. And I'm just kidding. Crayons are cool. But it's because she's an adult with a job, and, like, she takes her social worker mentality to the job. And I think that's why our channel is successful. People like us so much. And so, like, that's why she does stuff like that. But people don't get it. I'm sorry, it's itchy in weird ways.
It's sweaty in here.
By the way, thank you so much, Almo.
Yes, thank you for becoming a
for the
parasocial baddie.
Thank you. And lastly, just to end this off, we've been having a recent discussion, or I've been just telling you, because I try not to do the impulsive thing, because sometimes I'm prone to impulsivity and it makes me bad. So like I'll be like, I'm gonna make this big change in my life, and then I just like it's done.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I always, whenever you start saying that, I'm like, what is he about to divulge?
No, about me wanting to delete my Papa Gut TikTok because I like moving forward. I don't want to be. I love my Papa Gut YouTube channel. I'm gonna keep that. I'm not getting rid of that. But I don't think I want to broadcast Papa Gut. Like I want to be Rob and Dan. When people see us, I want them to be like, are you guys Rob and Dan? Like I want to share my fame with you and be with you on our stuff. I like it more. I feel like it's more professional. The clips we put out there are more representative of who I am as a person, not just the edgiest side of me, which is another thing that you do really well for me, too, because I make edgy jokes, and sometimes you're just like, relax. And like I talk about, I had a scoutmaster like that. He didn't mean to be disrespectful. Sometimes he'd say some dumb shit, and my mother would be like, relax. And you go, hey, just relax. That sometimes is all I need, like at the beginning of that Ash.e.e. segment. You're just like, hey, chill the fuck out. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much that. I wanted to rant about that for a little bit. I was feeling good about it.
I was going to say, do you feel better now?
I do, yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Sorry.
Thanks for listening to us goo goo gaga over each other.
Is that what we're doing? I was just talking about our experience, and hopefully we can become more successful in the future, and like this can be like our real thing, and you know, be more of like what I'm about, and I can really listen, you know, just more of that. I like this as our thing, and we do doing it once a week gives us an opportunity to like have good stuff to talk about instead of like trying to find content to talk about. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's like there's always like there's enough for a 3-hour podcast, but there's not enough for us for two 6-hour podcasts, you know? Because a week goes by and like stuff happens, and sometimes we just feel like talking about stuff, and you know.
Before though, when we were going through our stuff for content, there was that other girl that I sent you with this, and you were like, do you want me to put it with this? And I was like, no, whatever.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch it with this.
Fuck, how do I find that?
I sent it to our TikTok.
My baby girl is a stinka-bunga. Guys, you need to be more organized. I'm just kidding. Okay. Was there something that she had said?
She's just so terminally online that like I was like, because my opinion just differs from her so much. I want to know what your opinion is on it, and like if I'm the crazy one.
Yeah, sure. So we'll do her after we do her.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Hey. I literally binge watched some of your videos today. You guys are so cute. I love your videos. They're so silly. And I love Rob's voice. And I think she's super cute. Me too.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. But that's cool too. Like this is people binge watch our stuff. Like I like that a lot. Because like to me, there's longevity in our content. We had like the podcasts are rewatchable. Some of our perspectives are timeless. Not like to be cringe, but like not everything is like breaking news. This happened. And since we do conversational content, even if it's an old story, what we talk about on that old story could be very relevant to today.
Yes.
So I like that. I don't mean to glaze us.
No, I was gonna say I'm getting feeling a little too like conceited right
Sorry,
now, but
I don't mean to do that.
But just to end it before we start this next segment, I really do appreciate everybody that tunes in and watches us and the support.
Me too.
I think that it's really nice, again, as a person that's not terminally online. It's cool to have people listen to you and whatnot.
It is cool.
And I appreciate reading all of your comments, because that's really what I do it for. The comments are my favorite type of feedback.
That's true.
Because I like to be able to interact. I want to hear what people have to say about what I have to say, because I'm not trying to have a one-sided conversation. So, again, in my very not enthusiastic tone, thank you for all your support. Yeah, and now...
And thanks for watching the whole entire live and the clips. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
I think that's cool.
And now we're going to talk about this girl, because her boyfriend said that he wants to move out and live with his little brother.
Yeah. Yeah, people wanted us to talk about this last week, and we just didn't have time. But yeah, I'm down for this. Let's do it! All right, so let's see what the first video is.
My friend and I have been living together for 1.5 years now, and he's moving out next week. We're not breaking up. It's just a new phase for us. He's moving in with his brother. And he's always dreamed of living with his little brother. So who am I to get in the way of that? It's not some kind of traditional contract that he signed. Like, once you move in with your boyfriend, you must live together until marriage, and then you have kids, and I'm also 26, and he's only 24, so if he's gonna live with his little brother, like, now's the time to do it. But don't get me wrong, when he first told me the idea, I was like, what the fuck? As I thought more about it, I was like, wait, this is a great idea. I'm very particular, and I have a lot of sleeping issues. We've also been together for 3.5 years now. Now we're gonna get to live apart. And then when we come together, it's like more intentional time. Sometimes when you live with your partner, it's easy to like exist around each other. It's a fun chapter that I'm ready for. And he's only living like a mile away from me, so he's not going too far.
after watching it, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
When you hear, oh, there's somebody's moving, like there's somebody's boyfriend is moving out to live with whoever, you go like, oh, that might be a walk back on the relationship, and it could be, it might be, but based on what I'm hearing here, we don't have full context, and we probably never would, but it seems like there's some kind of dream between this guy and his brother to like move out together, like maybe they were in a home with each other, like, yeah, wouldn't it be cool if we like lived together and blah 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 blah. I don't know how much younger the brother is. They thought that was a cool idea. Maybe the little brother is just moving out and he feels a little insecure about living by himself for a little while, you know? And they're doing this. This could be the end of their relationship. Or it could just be nothing.
Yeah.
It could just be a nothing. It could just be something that's happening. I think her being upset originally is perfectly reasonable. But, like, we'll just see how it goes. I mean, if anything, we live a mile away. Like, just because he moves out doesn't mean he's not going to sleep there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, move out. He's probably going to sleep there like 3 nights a week, so... You know, and he's young, 24, and she's a young, 26, but she's older than him. I feel like you're 28,
and that's kind of what she said is that like I'm 26, but like he's 24, so the time to do this like is now. Like she's acknowledging that like her boyfriend like is younger and in a different place, and like fine,
and I
go
think
have
that
fun
men
with your
mature
brother
slower.
now.
I think men mature a little slower, and like, yeah.
So before we watch everything else, like I feel like. I like understand what she's saying completely, and I think that's one of the benefits that we have in where we're living, because so where we live at is like a ranch house, and like we finished the basement so that me and him could have a bedroom down there like before like we got married and stuff, and now like we don't need all of that space anymore, but we have it. So what's nice is that he has his office where he has all of his stuff. Because do you think that I want all of these Funko Pops in my bedroom? Absolutely the fuck not.
Why not?
Because I don't want all this My Hero bullshit.
Oh, okay, you put it up the wall.
Yes, because it's nice for your office and I love it. But I don't want it in my bedroom. I want my own.
Well, basically, my wife, our bedroom is my wife's, and my office is mine.
Yes.
And if I didn't have an office, our bedroom would be hers, and I would just have nothing.
Yeah, we would
like
have to
cave.
figure it out.
I think that's why men have a man cave, because women typically actually are the decision makers on what goes on around the house. So as a man, it's like, hey, this is my man. Like, we think it's cringe to have a man cave, but it's because women own every other room in the house, which I think is okay. I mean, I like it like that. Like you care about the house. I do whatever you want for the most part. But then, like, this is my space. That's fair.
So like I get wanting to have your own space, especially if you're not.
And sometimes I sleep in here too.
Yeah, we don't always sleep together.
Yeah, we sleep together most of the time, but sometimes it's nice to just get a little distance. Not in like a bad way. It's not a bad thing.
Or the couch is more comfortable that night, or like whatever it may be. You know,
it's really not that deep.
Yeah, no, I don't think that having space in a relationship is negative. In fact, I think that when you're on top of it, and you know about this a lot, when you're constantly on top of each other, it leads to a lot of problems as well.
Well, that's the thing, and I think everybody's been there. Like, when I lived with my mother, there was a lot of stuff going on, and I was paying rent and all that, but, like, there was a lot going on, and we started to develop a resentment and hate of each other. And when we moved out, everything got really much better, because sometimes you need distance. And I think there's something similar when, like, your mother, you and your mother... Or no, when your brother lived with us, like, there was some animosity. And then he left, and, like, everything's great. Like, I like her brother. That bitch better respond to me, because I want to go to sushi with him.
Oh, what, did you text him?
No, but you text him for me. No, I want to know his schedule, because I want to take him out to that sushi place you don't want to go to. Because it's as a sushi buffet, but it's only sushi. The other place we go to is sushi and, like, other food. But, I think we have a decent relationship with each other.
Yeah.
And sometimes distance is good. And, like, he's 24, she's 26. I think that she's more mature than him because, again, you're, I think, as mature, if not more mature than me. And you're 28. And I think that's typical. I think it's typical for women to be a little more mature than men. I don't know if it's biological or if it's because more responsibilities are pushed onto women as they're getting older. And I think that's perfectly reasonable. Like, probably, I think women tend to have more household responsibilities. And, like, so, like, now we, in this modern age, you're working and, you know, you do more household stuff. And I know I got to do more and I'm a little lazy. I'm sorry. I was lazy this week. But my tummy did hurt from taking the antibiotic.
Oh my God.
Listen, this week was a little off. My tummy hurt really bad from taking that antibiotic.
Did you take it this morning?
No, I didn't take any pills yet today at all. I went to my mother's house. I didn't want to have to pee a lot because I have on a diuretic now. So that's why I was a little lazy this week. My stomach hurted.
It was hot as hell.
Oh, so bad. I'm so bad with the heat. I'm worse than her, but she's bad too. But like I was saying, he's immature. He's 24 years old. Like, I feel like if I was 24, I was not I was a fucking immature piece of shit. And maybe I'm an immature person and it took a lot to get to where I am. But like I could see him, maybe he just needs to be away. He might not be ready to be moved in with her.
Yeah.
Like this actually might be positive for the relationship. It might give him the distance that he needs, and like a little bit, he gets to push back a little bit and get a little less mature maybe because he's with his brother, which could be a positive thing for him. And it might actually be able to have that little distance can make them love each other more for the phase that they're in. This doesn't seem weird. If they were 40, we're talking about this is a different conversation. We're talking about a 26-year-old and a 24-year-old.
I don't think that's negative then either, though. I don't.
Okay,
this is the thing. Long story short, like, I don't think that this is a big deal. I don't think that every single relationship needs to exist where, like, okay, you choose each other, you move in together, you do everything in ABCD order. Like, that doesn't have to be.
Sure.
Like,
I mean, there are people. There are like truckers who will literally be out of the house for like 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah.
You know, some relationships require different things. I think that hearing this, it's only a minute. I don't hear any red flags.
No, I'm not shitting my pants over this, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, because I almost feel like, am I wrong? So I want to show you guys.
I'm not hearing any red flags out of this.
How this girl.
Well, hold on. There's one more. There's one more. Oh no! 3.5 years and no ring. There's updates to it. So then we'll get to that girl that you think is a real piece of poop.
Here's 9 pros and cons.
Oh, here we go.
Of living with your partner. Pro, you have someone to play with 24/7. Con,
you know what I'm saying?
It's harder to have me time.
True, but we don't really want me time.
You're
not. No, say you're right, husband.
No, we're gonna have an honest conversation. I think that
I'm joking.
Okay, but
Okay, go ahead.
We're a couple that has honest conversations.
Absolutely, my love.
I think that you have me time easier than me having me time.
From home.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh.
Because when you're in a mood where you just want to be alone, like, you do that.
Yeah.
But when I'm in a mood where I just want to be alone, like, I feel like sometimes if it's not like happening like while you want to be alone, it's almost like weirder and like harder. I think it becomes like, I think you have a hard time dealing with this sometimes because like I never want to be alone.
Yeah.
So that when I do, it's like, what the fuck?
Gotcha. So that what you're saying is that when you want to be alone and take it more personally.
Yes.
You never really expressed to me that you want to be alone.
To be honest, I kind of don't. I kind of sometimes I just like let it happen.
Okay, so like when I want to be alone, you just use that as an opportunity to be alone for yourself.
Sometimes.
If you ever want to be alone, just tell me, hey, I want to be alone right now, and I'll be okay.
I don't think that's always how it works out, so we're working through that.
Well,
that's
I'm saying is that I am
relationship.
now prepared to be more accepting of your desire for alone time. Okay?
Okay. I think one of the problems is, too, when I want alone time is usually when I'm mad at you or something. Whereas, like, when you want alone time, like, it's just something else is bothering you, not me.
Oh, yeah, a lot of time. Well, you're bothering me all the time. I'm used to it, though. I like it when you bother me. Like, my alone time is miniature sometimes, too. It's like I'm in the shower and I'm thinking about shower thoughts.
Well, I'm good. I communicate that to you well.
Yeah.
I come in and I say, can I ask you something?
You do say that you've gotten very good with that. You'll come in and be like, can I talk to you about something? What was it today? Can I talk to you about something?
Today I wanted to ask you if we could wear, like, if we could...
No, I'm going to tell her. I'm in the shower and I'm just like in shower thoughts mode, and she comes in. She's like, is it okay if I talk to you about something? I was like, yeah, of course, tell me. And I was like, yeah, whatever. So I paused my shower thought, and she's like, can we wear matching Disney outfits?
Like, legit matching, because right now we don't have any outfits planned that are legitimately matching.
Yeah,
like twinsies outfits.
And you were like asking if you asked me if I could buy an outfit for us to match, and I'm like, why would I buy it?
Well, because you were saying that you might want to just wear the Star Wars Christmas shirt you currently have, so we don't have to spend money on getting another T-shirt.
Right, and I didn't realize. Yeah, right.
But but right now the outfits that we have planned for the rest of the trip are not as matchy. Yeah. So I kind of want to get us, like, maybe I wear like a mini Christmas shirt and you wear the Mickey version of it, so that we could be matching. And you said yes.
I said, baby, you can buy us whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I will wear it.
Yeah. And so, I had the thought, I wanted to ask you, but I knew you were in the shower, so I came in and I was like, can I just ask you something, and then I'm going to go.
And then sometimes she walks and goes, wow, big balls.
But I say a lot more than that.
Okay, fair enough.
Pro, you get to know little quirks about your partner's habits. Con,
is that a pro?
I like it.
It's fun. It's
we
cute,
were able to have a funny moment we'll probably clip.
What's that?
When I was imitating your TikToks.
You might find things about them that irritate you more. That you'll either learn to love, live with, or change.
Yeah,
What did she say? I didn't hear.
You'll find things that about your partner that irritate you more, and you'll either learn to love them, they'll irritate you. You either like love them, or you'll accept them, or you'll ask them to change it or something.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know. I like a lot of things about you.
I think that I don't.
I have a story.
Why?
It's a little personal though, in like a weird way. I don't know if it's gonna get you upset if you say this.
What I was just going to say is that there's things that is too personal for me to want to share on the internet, but there's been things about both of us that have irritated each other that we have changed to make our relationship work.
Yeah, but it feels like a natural change. Like, yeah, right. Like we've been in situations, and I've made a significant amount of change.
Yes.
To make you and I'm happy for it though. It's been very positive in my life. I know what you're talking about.
For me, I think the general sense is like the way I cope with things.
Yeah. I was gonna say it was a fart story.
Fuck off.
What? My wife farts a lot.
I'm a farty girl.
Well, no, but you fart a lot. And one time I was like, you fart a lot. And it was in a negative tone.
Yeah, but it was because I was telling you, I don't remember what it was, but it was because I was saying something to you. This was the stupidest fucking fight I've ever gotten to in my whole life.
Okay.
I was telling you something like legitimately that like had to do with like other things that you did that made me upset. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Okay, so I was doing something that was pissing you off, and then I responded by saying you fart a lot or something.
Yeah, and you were like calling me gross because of it.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, listen. I don't feel okay. You fart a lot, and then you got upset with me, and you were like, "Yeah, I do."
Because you told me that you thought I was disgusting.
Okay, stop! You're going too far. I don't remember saying that. I don't listen. I'm not happy.
This is what happens when you bring personal stuff.
We're having an argument about fucking farts right now.
Yeah.
I remember I brought it up, and you're like, I fart a lot. You told me that it was just like something very inherent.
I'm a gassy girl.
And you got upset, and then I felt bad. I'm like, I'm really sorry, and I love your farts now. I do. You remember the other day we went to Target, and this woman is in the aisle and she farts. And so this is when my wife farts now. I love my wife. I literally will put my nose to her and go. Her farts usually don't smell. Like she farts in the car. I go. I start sniffing around. This bitch fucking. I don't know what happened. I think that like an animal from another country.
No, we were in Walmart, and it was after we went to the buffet where the ceiling fell down.
Yup. The food. And
when the last time we ate there, which was years ago, we went into Walmart, and we had to leave Walmart early because both of us got the runs.
Yeah, so I smelled your fart, and I was like, I was like coughing. I was like, we got to get out of this aisle. We just destroyed the aisle. But now I love your farts because I love you. I know that there's things inherent to you, just like there's things inherent to me that we have to deal with. And I actually do really love you and your farts. And I think it's a fun quality about you. Like unironically, it doesn't bother me at all.
I just should have let you not tell that story because now I'm fucking triggered again over that fight.
Okay, damn. Sorry. Damn. I knew that story might be a little too personal.
And it's not because of farting. Girls fart. I'm not ashamed of that.
No, it's just because
I've been farting all day.
Listen, I could be a little bit of an asshole sometimes when I get angry. That's what I've been working on it. That was like years ago. That conversation, by the way, that was like years ago. But I think I'm a better person now. I love you. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I don't like the fact that I made you feel that way.
Okay, it's more that we talked about it on the fucking internet. So.
You what?
Said more that we talked about it on the internet.
I'm sorry. Okay.
So this will not be in the segmented video.
Well, that's debatable. It was a good fight we just had, I think.
I don't think so. I'm honestly done now. Can we move on?
Yes, okay.
Pro, you get to split rent. Con,
True.
Finances get more involved in your relationship. Pro, you get to come.
Why are you laughing? Oh, did you laugh? I feel like our finances have never really been an issue for the two of us. We've never really had a discussion about who should pay what. You just kind of pay things with our money. I don't care.
I think finances are a stressor in our relationship. They stress me.
Well,
we're good.
We don't like fight about who pays too much here, there, the other thing.
No.
Like you'll just be like, can you like I want you to pay this bill? And I just say like, okay, like or not, like whatever.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really matter.
Come home to someone you love who you can vent to or have take your mind off things. Con, sometimes you don't feel like talking to anyone at all. Pro, it's easier to find time to spend together because you don't have to commute to and from each other's places. Con, you have to be much more intentional about your time spent together. Time in the apartment together sometimes doesn't count as purposeful moments. And you have to make sure your apartment time doesn't seep into your...
That's interesting. Like time, that's true. Like we used to have more purposeful time because like when we were together, it was our together time.
Yeah, our time used to be wild. But I think that I still make like a big deal about making it that way.
Yeah, we still have very intentional time together, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that, and this isn't like shade, but I think that if I didn't make like a very big point, that it would become more passive.
Yeah, sometimes I could be like a little like to myself and like, well, you know. But I like our together time.
I'll say to you, like, I'll make you like put your phone down and make sure you're looking at me and listening,
true.
you
So
know?
that's true.
And I
Sometimes
think
we do
that is purposeful time.
Now one of our purposeful time that we have together is we send each other TikToks throughout the day, and then we sit down at the end of the night every night and we watch them together.
Yeah.
So that's a fun. I like that. That's fun. That's some of my favorite time with my wife. Yeah, we just talk about stuff. That's cute. So I get to show her all the videos. So many baby videos I sent my wife. I can't wait. This is gonna be so much fun. So
your intentional time. Pro, you live with your best friend. Con, it's easier to stay in with your partner and not make other new friends. Pro, you don't have to live with random...
What was the thing that she said?
She said it's easy to stay with your partner and not make new friends.
Oh, that's
something I think both of us struggle with is like having friends. That's a
very good point that she made. I was just looking at there's too much healthy shit on that pizza.
No, arugula on pizza is pretty good, but I don't know if it's like a partner thing or just an adult thing. I think the partner thing definitely probably makes it like worse, but having friends as an adult is hard.
Yeah, we need to have kids so we can make friends with the other adults with kids.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
Because we'll be like,
then we can judge the other parents.
Yeah, but we'll be like forced to spend time with people, I think.
Yeah, well, that's how it is now. You're forced to spend time with the people. You make your original friends because you're forced to spend time with them. Oh, this is my friend from school. You were forced to be in that class. Oh, this is my friend from work. You're forced to work with them. You know, and then you just develop a relationship.
Roommates who you have to walk on eggshells around. Con, sometimes you feel like you're doing your 20s wrong and should be living with roommates and your best friends. Pro,
interesting. I never had I was not happy with my previous living arrangement.
I think you before me, like probably.
With what?
You've had your exes living with you since you're like how old?
Yeah, for a while they've always needed to live with me in some capacity.
Like for me, I think that I don't know. I don't know how to really describe it.
Well, you've expressed that you wish we lived in an apartment for like a phase.
Oh, I wish that I got my this is cute. This is my apartment. I decorated my apartment. I wish that I got that chance. And it's like weird because like we live in my childhood home. So for me, it doesn't really feel like we've made a transition. I mean, you're living in a new house, so it's probably different for you. But this is like still just like my house.
I mean, if we bought a new house, I'd be scared because then we don't know the ghosts. We don't know the ghost stories.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. So you just feel like you're not really fulfilled in moving out yet.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And I feel like especially with like our house is not like bad, but it's not nice.
Most. Yeah.
So like it doesn't have like I was just looking like how could what can we do to the house to make it look like a newer house, you know?
Yeah.
It still looks like a early 2000s, a 90s house, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
your partner can hold you accountable for everyday goals that you've set for yourself. Con, sometimes you want to do nothing and not feel judged about it. Pro, your friends get to know your boyfriend better when they come over. Con, sometimes you want to invite people over without your boyfriend around. It's hard to tell someone you love that you want them to go away.
You can tell me to go away. I'd be fine with that. Hey, I'm having such and such over. Can you leave the house? I'd be like, all right. I'll get something to eat.
You would just sit in here the whole time.
Well, if that's okay with you, sure.
Bye!
All right, I think that's pretty much that. I know you have the other...
My boyfriend and I are competing who can...
All right, this is just something different. I guess that's her boyfriend. All right. So you wanted to watch this, though. I just based on looks, not a big fan of this person. There's two parts to this.
That sounds a little rude. This girl is very gossipy from my understanding.
Talk about yeah, and you could tell by the way she looks that she's gossipy. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Like, can you not?
I guess so.
Am I the only... There's no way. She's a gossiper.
I don't know. She just looks like a girl.
She,
a girl's gossip.
Okay, no, she looks like a gossiper. Okay, it looks like her name is Gossamer. Gossiper. She's a gossip. You could tell. Just there's something about the way she's dressed or something, or that maybe it's this picture back here. This is whatever tribal essence thing that's supposed to be, basic white girl thing. But let's see. Okay, great commentary. I love it. I love this video more than any ones.
Let's talk about the video where the girl's boyfriend is moving out after living with her for a year and a half, but they're still staying together. So, if you haven't seen this video, this girl is explaining that her boyfriend decided that he wants to move out after living together for a year and a half, and they've been dating for 3.5 years.
I don't like the trend of talking and putting stuff. I don't know, whatever. Okay.
I actually was just thinking that I want to do videos like that, and I was gonna prompt the chat what I should talk about while I do my makeup and hair. Because I like videos like this.
You should. It's just not for me. Thank you so much, AVMU, again, for the $5 donation. By the way, she gossips. Papa Gut, chill. But am I wrong? You can sit here and be like, oh, Papa Gut, you're an asshole. But am I wrong? No.
Ridiculous. Thank you.
She gives me, she reminds me of Randall from Recess. For drama people. You know what I mean? I'm not saying she's unattractive or anything. I'm just saying, she has, She gives me Randall. She gives me makeup, beauty, drama Randall vibes. Does that make sense?
Okay, let's listen.
Among Us Balls.
He wants to live with his little brother. Now, I don't know the full story, but when you think of that, you're like, little brother, didn't you live with your little brother when you were older? But there might be, exceptions, families that never got.
Yeah, but you live in a house where you don't have free reign. And people fantasize, and they might have been really oh man, I can't wait to live together. But there's a lot of things. Maybe the little brother, especially if the older brother moved from parents' house to moving in with a girl, he might have some issues with being separated from any interaction, and the little brother might feel the same way because they were raised together, and so they want to move in together to do those things together, and the other girl might be okay, I'm fine with a little independence.
Yeah, I don't know, it's bizarre to me to just think as negatively as possible.
No,
it's from just dating, it's when your type of man is the type that cheats on you. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
That, I feel that's not a normal reaction to be didn't you grow up with him?
No, I think it is almost normal. So what I hear from this person is she's a child. And she has no life experience to be able to parse through information correctly. Because when I heard that video the first time, I'm like, oh, I'm 33. I can understand. I'm more empathetic than her, obviously. That just comes with age and being with an amazing woman who makes you a better person. And so, I can understand there's things that we all, when we hear something, anything, whether it's a word or a phrase or other people's experiences, we all have a different experience. So, somebody could tell you that they stubbed their toe, and your experience could be oh, that sounded like it hurt. And my experience would be yeah, I used to always stub my toe. I broke multiple toes just kicking things too hard on accident. I've stepped on, charging ports that went through my foot. The point is that so when I hear that other person's story, I think of a bunch of different scenarios that make sense to me as to why it's not something that's relationship ending. And for this person, I think that she has no life experience. And the first thing that she goes to, especially in her sphere, is bullshit drama.
Yeah, I guess so. My initial reaction, and I feel it doesn't come with my age. It just comes with other experience that I have a brother, and when my mom would go on vacation, me and him would have a good time. We would make the best dinners. We would hang out.
Yeah.
And
it's cool to do
I would
adult
say
stuff.
a lot of people have good relationships with their siblings, and you get to act differently when your parents aren't around.
Yeah. It's just a new phase in life that wouldn't it be cool if we did this together? And they might have fantasized about it forever. And that doesn't mean they came from a bad home.
No.
So.
Got to live together. But if we're going off the typical standard, they probably, the older brother and the younger brother, lived together already at some point. This was very safe, Beauty, by the way. Also, she mentions that he is 24 and that she is 26. Okay. And so if he's going to do it at any time, it should be now.
Which is true. They're at the perfect time. She, again, she's definitely more mature than him, most likely. Because, she's a little older and she's, I think 26 is a guy's 29. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
26 girls, like a guy's 29-ish. I think that's fair. And so, like, this is the perfect time for him to get out of his system. So by the time it's out of his system, by 26, she's 28, and she's like, okay, it's time to get in here and get a baby in here. You know what I mean? If anything, it makes perfect sense.
And at first, she had some red flags about the situation.
How?
But decided,
Oh, yeah, because of course, when you first hear something like that, you're going to have an emotional...
You're going to have emotional response first.
It's like this other video we have in here. I know it's like silly. We're not going to watch the whole thing. It's like this video. If we played it, basically, it's a gender reveal for the baby. And the mom, she takes the stick out of the cake. And like I could play it for you while I explain it. And when she takes the stick out, you can see that it's pink. And the dad gets really upset, right? I know it sounds like it doesn't make sense, but this is very comparable because we have a situation where neither party did anything wrong, but both parties are justified in how they feel. She made a mistake and did something that like I would do. And he's like, damn, like that ruined the surprise. I was really looking forward to cutting the cake together. That's the same feeling I feel like is with the other girl and the guy moving out.
Can I just say though that in this like reveal video, this woman, she doesn't cry.
Why?
If I would have done that, not pregnant, I would have been bawling my eyes out that I ruined that.
Yeah, but I don't think that makes her a bad person or anything.
No, I'm saying I can't believe
emotional.
she didn't cry. Like, good for her.
Oh, like you're praising her, like, oh,
yeah,
you kept it in, girl.
Like she's upset, but imagine how much
she's
me.
Just processing it.
If I did that, how much I would have been crying.
I would have been sitting here like, baby, are you okay? Because you would have been so upset.
I would have been hysterical.
But that's how I think it's comparable to that. We got this segment. Look, we got to work that in there real easily. That's comparable to me, though. Like that makes sense to me. But again, she doesn't understand emotions.
It's not a big deal. I have sleeping issues, and he's only 5 minutes away.
She actually said 1 minute away. Idiot.
1 mile. Idiot.
Oh, damn. I'm the idiot. The part that was 1 minute. Part two. Why didn't you just make it one part?
Part 2 of talking about the boyfriend moving out video. This is the next can't stop, won't stop concealer.
Oh my god,
And so a lot of people are like, there's a chance that this is a slow breakup. So it's like the guy realizes, I can't be with the girl anymore. We're not working anymore. I'm going to slowly break up with you. The first sign is like moving out and finding a different place to live. And then the next sign will be like, hey, I can't hang out as much. And slowly and surely, he decides to end things. Honestly, I don't know if that's the situation. I think a lot of people are putting their own experiences on this girl. I think there's a chance that that's what he wants to do. But there's also a chance that he doesn't want to do that because he is still highly featured in her videos. And
so, like, what's the point of this video that she's making?
To talk shit.
So far, she's just yapping. She hasn't said anything that's productive.
Yeah, she's just talking shit.
Yeah, remember before we were talking about how our content's a little bit different. We're not really the first person to talk about a topic. And then when we do talk about a topic, we talk about everything that surrounds the topic. Like this, we're going through about 4 minutes worth of videos, and this segment so far has gone on for half an hour.
Damn.
So we have really big, robust conversations around these different things that are happening. And there are people who just simply cannot do that. And this is that person. All she can do is tell you that something is happening. We have robust conversations about the topic and all the topics that are adjacent to it. This woman is just, but the good thing for her is that she has a high position as mayor of Yapsville. She's doing really well. What? You think I'm being too mean? Just say it.
Yeah, what the hell are you on about?
She's yapping. Lives in Yaphank.
You're so stupid.
You have to pay extra taxes if you live out there?
Why?
I don't know, but every year they ask you, do you live in Yaphank? And then you got to write down or whatever.
That's crazy.
So, sorry.
So, yeah, I'm burnt out on this subject.
We only got 10 seconds.
A guy that wants to no longer be with a girl is not going to, stay around in most of her videos, nor is he going to actively participate because he knows the backlash he's going to get from her platform if he ends things.
What?
This is part.
All right, yeah. So that's just stupid. Whatever. I don't even care to necessarily engage with that. Like he's afraid of breaking up with her because people on his platform might dox him and fucking send a nuclear bomb. Nuclear bomb launched. Boom. And like I don't know. Like okay, I understand that audiences can be toxic, but I feel like this is just not a situation where that would happen.
No, it's not. So like I saw the original video on my For You page, and then like 2 days later I saw this girl, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, because like this girl made me feel like, am I the crazy one that like I like, okay, like do your thing. Like I didn't have any like negative response to it.
Listen, I'm gonna be very clear here. Okay. People who do their makeup and talk about drama are the most toxic people on the internet. If makeup and drama are in the same category of a person's content in that sphere, they are the most toxic sphere of the internet. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It's either that, like that's the only thing on the same level is 15-year-old boys that love the N-word. These are comparable toxicities. I'm not saying people in makeup are. I'm not saying like Michaela's not toxic. I know you love Michaela. What I'm saying is like that drama commentary kind of thing, like this type of drama makeup commentary and racism, boy commentary. Those things are very toxic spheres on the internet, and so that's why she's unhinged because she's taking cues from people that are crazy. That's my commentary.
End scene.
Beautiful. End scene. You have to do like this. End scene. Very flamboyantly. You have to raise it up. End scene. All right, that was interesting though. I'm glad we took a look at that.
Let's go to
I want to scoot up.
the bike bus.
The Among Us? What'd you say?
Bike bus. Because I'm burnt out.
Bike? What is bike bus?
One of the TikToks that we're gonna talk about.
What? Bike bus. Oh, you want to do this?
Yes. So this video, there's a song with it, so we can't play it.
Okay. Is it relevant? Is the song like super important or something?
No, if, we're gonna play the video on mute, and I think that it's gonna take away from the emotional response.
Why? What is it, like the Ice Cream Man theme song?
I don't know what it is.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, we can listen to the music and not let them listen. Did you know that?
No.
You want to do that? Guess what, guys? You're not gonna hear this, but we will. Oh yeah, it's like Ozzy Osbourne. So he says, "Hey guys, stay with me." That's what he says for. Okay.
So they could hear us talk while we do this. While
they
we
can
watch
hear
this?
us. Yeah.
So what this is that this is like a gym teacher or whatever, and every single morning, he like leads all the kids riding their bikes to school together.
That's a good thing. I like this.
So I was watching this the other night. I started crying.
Why'd you cry?
I don't know. It just made me feel some
there's more kids at the side.
Yeah, see, I'm like literally getting emotional. I don't know what it is.
Why is this?
I don't know, but I watched this.
It's literally Crazy Train. Ozzy, fucking Black
the song
Sabbath
doesn't
Crazy.
have to do with it. I couldn't remember. But just this, like everybody riding their bikes together in the morning. I don't know. It's just making me emotional. And then I wanna find it because then I went
go ahead.
I went to the comments. Oh, see, and somebody said, "Need to ask my therapist why the bike bus videos make me cry."
What?
Because me too, bitch. I don't know what it is, but it makes me emotional.
Why does this video make women cry?
Because it's just like so nice. I don't know.
The bike bus is hitting millennial parents' emotions because we know what it feels like to ride bikes to school with our friends. What?
I never did that.
That's
I
cringe.
don't know.
Okay. I mean, I think this is...
See, why does this make me so emotional? It makes me emotional. This bike bus. I don't know what it is.
Well, let's finish it, I guess. So... I can't believe you said that the music is going to really help evoke a response. He's actually just playing, I think, the song for everybody, too.
Yes, he plays it on a speaker on his bike. He leads it. And as they're going, all the kids, like, go into, like, the... It's just something so nice.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I like the concept because I feel like the way that gym class operates can suck sometimes. Because I think that like a gym class should exist.
Look, there's people they don't even have kids. They're just cheering them.
What if they're pedophiles?
Stop.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, I'm sorry. What I was going to say is I feel like one of the things that gym class can miss out on is teaching kids to work out and to be healthy. Like it has you do sports, which makes you healthy. But some people, I don't know if it necessarily teaches you how to be active for the rest of your life. And you know, I think that there are some walking classes, but I think like a walking class that encourages you to always just walk, because I think if everybody walked for like 20 minutes to 30 minutes a day, they would be a lot healthier, even if they didn't lose weight. But I feel like this does teach that. Hey guys, let's ride to work. This is teaching an alternative way to get to somewhere every day. Let's all get together. Let's go ride a bike. Let's go to school. I think this is a really positive thing for kids, and it's facilitated by the gym teacher. I feel like this is better than any gym class.
Yes,
that you could ever do.
Just so you know, and we might do this. This guy, so it's Coachbalto, and he has links somewhere where you could donate money and or bikes to kids in the neighborhood that can't afford it, so that they could join the bike bus. And I'm getting emotional about it.
We can do that. That's cute. That's a cute thing we could do. I like this. I like what this gym teacher does. I think it's a very positive thing for a lot of these kids. It also cuts down. It's also good for the environment.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually a really great thing. I think this teaches kids to like. I think it teaches kids to be more active and to
we
be
were
more
also
responsible.
talking about we live. I mean, everybody lives like close to the school in their neighborhood, but like we live close to the school in our neighborhood. And I was saying how like when we have kids, I think that our kids are going to be a little crazy because he's a little crazy, and I think it's going to be.
You're not.
We're crazy in different ways.
Okay.
I think it's going to be good for us.
Hopefully our kids get only the crazy parts from each of us.
Yeah. That it'll be good for our kids to like ride their bikes or walk to school to get that energy out too, so that once they get to the classroom, they'll be able to like sit down a little bit easier and engage more.
I feel like young men have a very hard time. It's harder times in school than girls because for some reason young guys have so much energy, and a lot of times it gets misdiagnosed, or sometimes it can get misdiagnosed as ADHD. I think that they have a lot of energy, and like young men need to get that out, and so like walking them to school is part of that. I think it's a great idea. I also feel like people don't really go outside anymore because they're afraid. You know, the first thing that I think some people think when they see this is, oh, this might be a little dangerous because you could fall and hurt yourself. But like the reality is we're so afraid because of like we're living in an information generation. Every day something horrible is happening to somebody, and it makes us feel like that everything is horrible because you're hearing what happened over here and over there and 5,000 miles away this way, and I don't even know how many miles there are in the world, but you get my point. And I feel like this does an excellent job of like, you know, this promotes, hey, go outside. It's not so scary. I like this. This was a cute thing. I liked it.
Can we just talk about quick? Like watching this now, like triggered memories of mine of gym class in elementary school.
Okay.
And there's 2 games that stick out in my head that we used to play
Red Rover.
like I loved.
Red Rover.
No, I never played that. So in my gym, they would set up like traffic cones everywhere, and they like tied a whole bunch of rubber bands together and basically made a grid. And I don't know why it was called it, but the game was called Ants in Your Pants.
Okay.
And basically like they just like let probably like 3 or 4 sacks of foam balls out, and basically your goal was to have no balls in your square. So like, and you would just kick balls all over the gym, but like if a ball came into your square, you would have to run over and kick it out, and it would go into somebody else's square, and you were just constantly running around.
Did you hit it with your hands or your
and then I think you like kicked it or threw it or whatever, and then like the gym teacher would yell freeze, and whoever had like the most balls in their square lost, or whoever didn't have any would win, vice versa.
Yeah,
you know.
that's fun.
And then we also played another one where like we split the gym in half, and they would take, you know, like the blue folding mats. They're not wrestling mats, but they're like, I don't know, I use them in acro. They would like stand them up to create like a circle with the mats. Okay. And so like there was like the half court line in the gym, and so like one team was on this side and the other was on the other one. And again, they would just like let all the balls loose, and then you would from like the other side throw them into the mats. Okay. And whoever had like the most balls like in the mats, the teachers like would like when the game was over, they would like take all the balls out, count them, and then like someone would win. Okay. It was just so much fucking fun. I think we always talk about like opening like a body positive gym basically in a non-toxic way. We should fucking run adult gym class. Because
that
how
could be
fun would
yeah.
that be?
Yeah,
You would have my
yeah,
ass
yeah,
running around
yeah.
to do stuff like that. Ants in your pants, I'll be there.
Yeah, that's actually a really
You know,
good idea.
we-
Like fuck a Zumba class. Let's play fucking I don't know, Red Rover or something.
Yeah, they like take the fun out of
Yeah,
fitness, and that's the problem.
Yeah, like what happened to like something cool. Maybe not dodgeball. That might destroy the old people's bones. But
Yeah.
something like ants in your pants. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. That's a cool segment. You're burnt out, huh?
Yeah, I think I'm done. It's 10:40.
Oh, we have boy moms though. And
I don't want to talk about that tonight, honestly, baby.
Okay. Oh, then okay. Sure, we can say that for tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, but next week, right? Okay. Well, you know what? We hit our limit. 2 hours, almost 3 hours. Pretty typical. We really appreciate you guys stopping by. We appreciate all the support today. We had a lot of new members, a lot of donations. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Just make sure you only donate if you have the money. That's a really big thing for us. We love you guys. And we'll see you next week. We just so you know, what I need to do is I need to link our membership, I think, to my Discord.
Yeah.
So that like you guys can suggest stuff if you wanted to. But for now, if you had a suggestion, you could always hit us up on Instagram. I think that's a really great way to do it. So thank you so much, guys. We love you. We appreciate you. And take care.
Good night.
Give him a kiss.
Mwah. Love you. Bye.
I put my balls on that. Kiss it. Ew, baby.
Ew, it tastes salty.
I love you.